what it is. We're live. These are the main hosts of this show. Have you been on the show? Have you seen this show? Here it is.
You are watching Hype TV, the Metaverse Access channel.
Let me bring you up to speed.
I'm Doug Hype. I'm Aaron Rodgers' guru.
No way.
No, Doug, you rock.
Some of the top games into space.
The game is like, it seems to only have positives. Everybody seems to really like it.
I never played Dungeons and Dragons.
There is evil here.
But hey, I'm addicted. I've got 15 heroes now.
Amazing.
He's got something up his sleeve.
I learned that I'm kind of an esports geek now. Classy Games, you did fucking phenomenal.
You don't get these opportunities often to be able to just have some of the best players in a game.
Like, that's just how you do it.
This is Web3 right here, baby. Let's go.
Don't forget to watch out for chunkers. Let's go.
Baby, I'm pumped for Dragon's Crossing.
Okay, that's it. We're here.
Doug
Hype Show now co-hosted by Mickele. I meant that because you have the coolest name in Web3. You know, I told 8-Bit Tendies the other day that he had the coolest like name for gaming because you know tendies are like a snack you eat when like 8-bits. And he's like, yeah, I do. And now I'm taking it back. And now I'm saying I admit that is the best overall Web3 name.
Did you say his name is Tendies?
8-Bit Tendies.
Oh, I remember
like
from my GameStop days when I was degenning in GameStop real early, we called them Tendies, the minis we were making.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's a whole lot about that. It's a great name, and he
does
Web3 gaming streaming.
It's no, I meant that.
He says he has no imagination though, so that's giving me a little bit of whatever. Is that Doug's music you hear? Yeah, that's when it pumps in. And we started the show a little bit 10 minutes late because we're the only people showing up right now. We have like 20 guests listed to come today, like 20, and I'm panicking. I'm like, guys, how am I going to fit everyone in the show? I have to kick people off. I'm going to have a death match where, like, you know, if you lose, you get kicked off the stage, right? And everyone's like, that's a great idea. But then what's happened is they've all committed suicide and jumped off a bridge themselves. So
very sad.
So it's we're here.
They were scared of me.
Today they're scared. That is, I meant that. That's true. Also, they need to get their priorities in order because it's Shard Day. This is an official bam, 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 bam day. You can summon your summoning shards and you can register them for Dragon's Crossing. And this is the thing you guys need to know. If you watch the town hall, you would know this, that originally the schedule was to have the summoning shard activation last night really late at like middle of the night, midnight or whatever. And then registration was going to end like this morning. So meaning like all those people that were like wanting to summon the Rift Heroes would not be able to play because who's going to wake up at 5 a.m. or 6 a.m. to do all this, right? Because they're not going to remember. And I'm like, we need to move the registration date back, guys, which I had this discussion many times, but eventually they were like, oh yes, we do need to do that at the last second. And they did. So here's the party. 8-Bit Tendies is here now. Thank you. Please bring your snacks. We were just talking about you. But my point is I saved the day because now the registrations get pushed back like a day and a half. So you have a whole day today. And I think tomorrow to actually, right now, Crypto's Grady is playing with his heroes right now. To actually register your Rift Heroes, right? Because if you get a Rift Hero, you want to use it. Like, that's the whole point, right? And register for the season. And, okay, mint that. So, did you get any shards? Did you summon any? Did you,
do you remember? I won one and then I gave it away in a giveaway.
That's right. You gave it away to someone else and I sent it to them.
Yeah, I'm a nice person. And also I have limited time to game these days because you know, when you work in the space, you have no life anymore. It's like you trade your 9-to-5 for a 24/7 no life.
Okay, so we're gonna pretend you didn't say that, and now we're gonna go to Ren Penn's question. He says, Doug, do you know if they've extended this season so the new heroes have enough time to finish? The reason I picked this question is because guess who is the person that convinced them to extend the season? I'm gonna give you one guess, Mickele.
Was it me?
No.
Oh,
that was a good guess though.
Was it you?
Yes.
Oh my God!
It was one of us. It's one of us. Pick one. One of us did it. Doesn't matter, right? Somebody did it. But
whatever.
The point is always people are like, Doug, what do you do? And I'm like, what I do is I keep the finger on my pulse of everything. And me and the other team members, Grady, Brown Jen, all these people try to Oh, it says the registration deadline is now July 12th. I thought it was the 10th. Okay, so that's the official one. That's beautiful, beautiful. So today's what, the 8th? So you have 4 days to register. This is the thing. They did push the day back, the season end a little bit. You know what I mean? So you still have the ability, especially if you register right now, to beat the boss and do all that stuff. I know last year, yeah, what do I do? Nothing. I don't do nothing. So Doc, who won the season 1, he not only won season 1, he got like 3 of the top 10 spots, right? His character that won the whole season and got first place and won like $300, started like 4 or 5 days after the season started, and he took his time. He like didn't even play fully. You know what I mean? So my point is that there's definitely time for you to be able to beat the boss and get first place. In fact, it's not about how often you play so much. It's about like how smart you play. You know what I mean? So that's really what it's about, Mickele. I'm telling you this, and you just imagine what the game is like.
How long are the seasons? I mean, I've watched you guys play it. I think it looks
I know, and you're gonna watch us again today because you love it so much. You just
I'm gonna bet on who's gonna win.
So you bet on me.
Bets.
But this is the thing. So this season, wait, what was the question again? What do I do? So the thing is that in the game, the length of the season is about like 3.5 weeks. So if you start late, it's about a month, but they give you a lot of wiggle room so that if you start like a week late or whatever, that you have time. The thing is too, is that you have to realize that the game is about beating the end boss. Yes, we are. We're actually, maybe we'll just go into gameplay pretty soon. So the thing about this is that beating the end boss is the goal. But the thing is, even if you don't beat the end boss, that doesn't mean it's the end of the world. Season length is around 28 days, but I think it's longer now. I think it's
Are you the end boss?
Yeah. I see the end boss. It's me doing this. Actually, in the game today, I found like a coat, like a jacket that's like a parka that has like fur on it. And I was like, oh my God, I found a fur coat in the game. And then everyone thought it was like a joke or something. But the thing is that there's 2 things in the game. One is the leaderboard, and you can, if you defeat the final boss, it'll give you a higher ranking, of course, because that's one of the the last like pole position type situation, right? Where it ranks you, like all the people that beat the end boss obviously going to be ranked higher than everyone else. But for all the people that don't beat the end boss, there's still like a ranking system, so you can still be on the leaderboard. You don't have to beat the end boss. It's just that if you do, you're going to be ranked higher, and you can win USDC and stuff, right? Yeah, and I'm going to summon a shard right live right on here right now, and you can see it. So so that's the thing is like, okay, so you can rank on the leaderboard and win money. I won $100 in USDC this last season, right? Which is pretty dope with 4 heroes that I had. Now I'm going to win way more because I have a bunch of heroes, right? So this is the thing. A lot of people, what they do is they take that money, roll in and buy more heroes and buy more shards, buy more skill books, whatever, all that stuff. But there's the thing, like that pays out and you can make money that way. But also as you go through the season, especially if you have a Genesis hero, you can find NFTs and just sell them in a marketplace and make money that way, right? So there's 2 different ways to make USDC money, whatever, in this game, right? It's basically like super cool to be able to do all this stuff, right? And you can find summoning shards, which you can sell in the marketplace, which like turn into heroes, or you can find skill books, and the skill books give you like the special powers to your character. It like once you learn them, you can then bind them to your character, and then they have that skill, and it gives you like additional skills that you can use during combat. And it doesn't take place the place of an attack. It like adds on to it, right? So you can like put like them in an ice tomb, and it'll like hit them for damage, but it'll also affect like their dodge chance, all this stuff, right? And it's really cool because it's a lot of strategy based and stuff. In fact, the game is super cool, and I invite a lot of people on the show to talk about different games and different stuff. But since it's us here now, we're gonna do this. We're gonna show summoning right now. People are wanting to see summoning, right? So I'm gonna go in the game. I'm gonna go in the game, and I'm gonna go to one of my characters that's like in the home area. Let's go to my ranger, and here let's share this. I'm gonna share my screen, and you're gonna see what's going on here. Okay, so now you can see. This is like the home base Eidos area, your town. You got a blacksmith right here where you can go. And if you die, you have to go back in to buy this equipment if you die because you lose your equipment. The herbalist where you can heal. You can drink some of their herbal remedies and you can heal there. But it takes a quest. Everything in this game takes a quest to do. This is the Venturing Guild where you have your skills. See, here's the skill, Barb Projectile. It deals, because like it's D&D type style where you roll dice. It rolls 1 dice up to 4 plus your agility divided by 7 damage and deals an additional 1 dice to 4 damage per round for 2 rounds. So as you build up your attributes of your characters, like you level up, these skills become more powerful too. Herbal knowledge also, it heals and it increases your dodge chance. And so the thing about it is in games like this, if you ever play RPGs, like your dodge and like your parry and all that stuff are super important because the monsters are really strong and you have to like use all that stuff. You can't just sit there and hack away at dudes. You'll end up dead. So summoning, here we go. We are going to summon a shard and I think it costs, hold on. I think I might need to swap real quick. Yeah, I do. Here, let me do a swap real quick. I need to swap my ETH to USDCE. Here, this is a little, I don't know if you guys can see this. Can you see it on the screen? No, it doesn't show it. But anyways, just so you know, right within MetaMask, you can easily just do a swap because I have a bunch of ETH and I can swap it for USDCE, which is the Arbitrum USDC. Oops, not 0.04. How much are we going to swap over? Oh yeah, so we need like $10 in there too. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, I'm going to review swap. I'm going to swap it in. And I think it's $10 is the cost to summon the hero. So here we go. This is what we're going to do. And look at my tokens now. And boom, it's already there. Arbitrum is super, super fast. It might be the fastest chain I've ever seen. Everything literally shows up like immediately. It's so cool.
Is the whole game on Arbitrum?
Yes, it is. It's on Arbitrum.
Okay.
And so what happens is you just, in your little MetaMask wallet, you can just add Arbitrum real easily. Oh, Diamond Hands is here. What's up, buddy?
Yo, what's up, guys?
Dude, we're jumping into summoning a shard. Hey, do you have any shards? I know you got some Genesis heroes, right?
Yeah, I got Genesis heroes, no shards, sadly. Couldn't find any.
Okay, so you don't have any yet. So that's cool, but you'll find some, and you can also buy them on the open market. You can buy the shard and then summon them and hope that it becomes like a mythical or whatever, right? Really a lot of fun. So here, let's go back to, that's not the right page. I clicked on my stuff.
Do you know how much you're going for on OpenSea right now?
So I think that the cheapest one is like 25 or 26. And I was like, I was going to buy some because I was like, once I do my show, they're going to go up in price while we start summoning them and everything, right? But this season, I've been finding tons of skill books, but no summoning shards this season. Just tons of skill books. I found like 4 or 5 skill books already in like 5 days or something, right? Which is pretty good for like, I think I have 10 characters now, but I started off with 5, but I got 5 more Genesis heroes. And here we go. If you can see my screen, I'm going to do a summoning right now. I've never summoned before.
Let's go.
Here, get some audio on this. I don't know what it sounds like. Can you hear it?
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. I'm confirming. It's going to cost me 8 cents in gas. Confirm that. And 20 cents in gas for receiving it. All right, I summoned. View my hero.
Oh, God.
Oh, do you hear that? Some magical thing just happened.
You opened the chest.
Yeah. Yeah, what's up, Henry? What's up, Rempian? Let's get a mythic. Okay, so does that mean I go to my hero select screen? Oh, here it is. Oh, look at this. Soren Beverly. That's hilarious. My aunt's name is Beverly. This dude looks so cool.
Yeah.
This guy.
What's in his hand? Is that a summoning shard?
Yeah, I know, right? It's his magic, his magical thing. Let's see how good he is. Let's see what flip him. It's 14 wisdom. That's awesome.
Ooh.
14 wisdom and 6 quickness isn't great, but I'm gonna move up that quickness, man. You know what I'm saying? Quickness is supposedly the meta and everything, right? So often people, what they do is they count up their stats, right? So we've got this 7 and 14 is 21, 25, 31. Yeah, 36. So that's not very high for stats. But the thing about this game that's great is that your beginning stats are not super important, really. Like, they matter a very tiny amount. If you had like a scale of like percentage of how much they count, it's like 3% it matters towards like, you winning in the end and stuff.
Gotcha.
Because,
Is this a mage?
Yeah, it's a mage. And the mages are powerful this season because they've got a lot of good spells.
Yeah.
Warriors are really popular, right? Here, if you want to see, let's zoom out. I'll show you all the guys I got. I got mage, ranger, mage, and I got this beautiful like mythical mage Kathy, right? She's kicking butts, but I got Cyrus, who I traded Zindra Born for, and he actually got my highest rank last year. He was like 26, I think, last season on the leaderboard. Super good. So then I got another mage, and I got 2 more warriors. I got a male warrior, Rianch, and Sharday, Campion. She's probably gonna win the season. Her name's Champion, bro. So then I got and then I got like 3 more mages and a ranger. So I got a lot of mages, which is funny because these 2 warriors were like a bonus, like the bonus one where you chose your class, and I chose 2 warriors and I left the rest of them up to random. And the random ones I got so far, including the summoning chart, are all mages and then a ranger, right? So
gotcha.
But the meta this season seems to be that people really like the mages even more. Even though the warriors dominated last season, this season, the people I talk to, I hear more of them want mages. But the thing is that, like, those are just kind of a guess. We haven't played long enough to really know. Like, last season, we didn't know the warriors were super badass till halfway through. You know what I mean? Like, we didn't really know. Yeah. And then, so we'll see. And here, let me turn that back off and use my headphones again.
Yeah,
but it's a really good time.
The warriors were stronger.
My warrior kicked so much butt, dude. Like, it was so great. Mickele, you have to play this. What's great about this game is that, like, if you go in and play and you turn off the dice roll and you make it like automatic, you can go super fast. You can play a character in like 1 minute if you want to.
That's
you know what I mean?
What I need.
That's what I'm saying. Mickele, we need to get you a hero, okay? You know what I should do? I should just donate this hero guy to you. Maybe I could give you this really hot, sexy mage guy.
I feel like that's a great idea.
One of us.
Because since you're like Mickele, see, the thing about it is Diamond Hands. Mickele's been on like every dang show and always shows up. So she's now the official co-host because she's always here. And not only that, you're just like kicking so much butt in Web3. And I average 5 minutes per hero on auto roll. I can do way faster than that with Katrina. Okay, like I'm like those chess masters that are like right, grandmaster chess. I practice chess in my meantime. All right, base stats only matter in zone 1 and 2, in my opinion. Yeah, in zone 1 and 2. But the thing is, you have to realize like how it works. Like your main stat for each like class, Mickele, I'll tell you. So like their main stat's wisdom, right? So if you look at this, and he's got high wisdom. His wisdom's 14, right? So the thing about
what's the highest wisdom?
So the highest I've ever seen on just a summon, I think, is 16. I think I don't know if anybody else can tell me.
That's
once you play for a couple days, the hook is set. That's why you die so much. Actually, I only auto rolled this season once, and it was today because I didn't have enough time to finish before to start this stream. But I almost never auto roll. I hate doing auto roll because it doesn't feel real. It doesn't feel like I'm playing a game. 16 is the highest you can get on. When you first mint. And if you look at it, like there's ones that are down as low as 5. So 14 is really good. 14 is like in the top 90th percentile, as far
as. Also, Doug, I really agree with you, man. I don't like the fast auto roll. It almost feels like you're not engaged enough, but I also like the fast gameplay because even when it's not on, it's still pretty fast. It doesn't take up too much time.
Okay, so that's the thing is you can, if you don't have time, you can do it real fast. But if you want the experience of feeling the sounds and the voices and the guys talking to you, auto roll it. But one character will take you like 5 minutes. You know what I mean? And then what happens is you're mad because you want to keep playing because you start to play these cool monsters and stuff. Okay, this is our deal, Mickele. Like, so I'm going to give you this character, but you have to pay for the registration fee, which is $20. But then you can win all this stuff. You can win all the monies and the things. Do you have a MetaMask with ETH network on it that you can quick add? Like Grady's here. Did you see this, Grady?
Grady.
Right. Did you see this? Mint that she's gonna join us, and she's gonna receive from being my co-host, but receive a Rift hero that's so bad.
I'm swapping. My internet's like working better, so I'm gonna swap to my computer because I still have to figure out
She's got to upgrade
internet. Yeah.
Okay,
do that.
So you're amazing, Doug. Doug, you have really proven yourself to be one of the most resilient dudes that I know out there.
Thank you.
It's not been
100%.
easy, through this bear market trying to launch a game
It
like
is
this.
tough.
And this game, and you've just been a freaking trooper. I have to give you that shout out. Secondly, yes, 16 is the most you can get on strength, wisdom, agility. 10 is the most you can get on quickness, charisma. Okay, so this game is the most addictive Web3 game out there, period.
Yeah.
So my kids are
That's
a
right.
barometer.
You have a whole a brood of.
That's right. My kids are sort of a barometer. I tried to get them into several games. They kind of got into Fate and Arena, which is a phenomenal fun game to play, but it's kind of a VC rug pull.
Mhm.
Okay, but it's still like maybe the most fun game out there in Web3. Okay, you can do, it's like esport level. Okay, but this is the most addictive game out there. My kids, okay, and others too. We've noticed that everyone who comes in and just tries out playing a hero, they always end up buying more heroes and they always end up getting hooked. Rarely do we ever see anybody come into the game of Dragon's Crossing and walk away being like, that was boring.
I saw one person out of all the, and the thing is, like, Grady, I'm the number one person ranked in the Discord. It's officially, if you look, it's number 2, but that other person isn't in there anymore. So I'm the number one person in the Discord, and I see everything and everybody. And there's only one person I've ever seen say, this game's kind of okay. Everyone else has liked it.
Did they play the whole season?
I know they literally probably just looked at the game and barely pressed the button.
Right.
Yeah.
So you have to play.
Look at this. Only 4 people.
You have to start getting into tile 3 and 4.
4 people out of like 200 people or something asked for a refund because you could get a refund if you don't like it.
Oh, are those
Okay, so
official numbers?
Yeah,
They
that's the official
probably
numbers.
did it by milking it too.
That's
They probably
awesome.
bought a
And that's the
bunch
thing
and
is you
was
can milk it.
trading.
You could try to mint it and get stuff and like get
Right.
shards
Yeah.
and then give it back. So like you could like kind of cheat.
They're
And only 4
probably
people did
doing
that.
They're probably giving it back and then they're buying another one off OpenSea or something.
Right.
Even those people, because everybody that I've seen, they get in it, they love it. All the big brains people, all the gaming people, including my kids. My kids, I try to get them into several Web3 games, and I just can't. I can't even tempt them by making money to play games. I'm like, guys, no, they just want to go play their games where they make no money because it's more fun. Well, now they finally jumped in and played this game, and guess what? Now I own 34 heroes, baby.
But that's a lot.
We've got 11 to 12 heroes per kid. Okay, my son Elisha has the Rangers, Nate has the Mages, and Gabe has the Warriors. And they talk about it all day, every day, strategize playing this game. And I am not going to be able to stay on too long, Doug, because they are camping right now and they're gone. So I have to handle all 34 heroes right now. And
just put on auto roll, bro.
I've got 50 things going. The hardest thing to do is when you get too many heroes, keeping up with who's what and what's where.
Okay, wait, it's actually 6. But anyways, whatever. But my point is it's not very many. Okay, Katrino, thank you for being accurate. Great ratio regardless. And who knows, those people could have bought multiple heroes, but they just refunded one. You know what I mean? So that's probably what actually happened. They probably still play the game, if you guess me.
Yep.
Minty Mint, in the private chat or your DM, send me your ox. I'm going to send you this so you can play with it right now.
My ox?
Yeah, so if on your MetaMask, you can your Ethereum / Arbitrum address.
It's the same thing?
Yeah, so Arbitrum's a layer 2 on Ethereum, but what you should do, go to your MetaMask and hit @network, and Arbitrum will be right there. Arbitrum 1, add it, and then go tell me your address, and I'll send you the things. But you're going to need to do the sushi swap and just swap over a little bit of USDC to – the thing is that you have to make it USDCE, which is the Arbitrum USDC.
Oh, my God. You guys are so over my head
Look,
right now.
don't worry. I'm an expert at all this.
I'm having an anxiety attack.
Yeah.
This what
we
we're
actually
here for,
we actually did it on one of your lives, Doug. Maybe I could clip the clip.
I have a whole video to show you how to do it. But my point is, like, Mickele, we're gonna help you, okay? Like,
how long? Okay, listen, the internet people that I've been waiting for all day are here to come fix my freaking internet. They blew me off Monday. They just didn't show up.
Rescheduled my appointment from 8 o'clock this morning till 8 o'clock tonight, and are just now here. So
hey, you're good. You're good.
Yeah.
Doug will still be around. He'll be out of there in an hour. Doug will still be cranking this video out.
That's right.
That's right.
So I'm gonna go do that, and then I'll be right back.
Okay. So here's
right.
the deal. Here's the deal, Gatrino. Brian D. Evans, I did a soft touch about, I was kind of wanting to get a feel for Bloater Punch. If Brian D. Evans maybe coming on, possibly. I don't know. Coming on to be an advisor for the project. Then I'll start working on George. I've been chipping away at George about this game for months now, to the point of nauseum. Like, he hates it when I'm always bringing it up to him. But I will eventually bring that up to George as well, as long as Bloater Punch is good with Brian D. Evans and George coming on to be an advisor for this project. We got to get the word spread that this is the best current, most addictive Web3 game out there, period.
Dude, it's true, Grady. I played like Metacity and all these other games. I run around all day like working on this stuff, but I'll like spend time here and there playing some other games, checking them out, see who's playing games, get engagement with them, have some fun times. And I'll play other games, and I'm telling you, almost all of them are just not even fun. They're just like either mini games or they're just a rehash of some other game, and they just put Web3 on it. Like, this is the only game I've played really where it's like super unique and fun, and it's not going above his britches. It's not trying to be some competitor with like Call of Duty or some huge thing, but being not as good as it. You know what I mean? Right. It's like, it's its own thing, and it's fun, and it's easy to just kind of get into it. And now I'm getting way more into, I know, right? Like 8 days to play these. Everyone's asking me to do other games. It's great.
It's hard keeping up with everything, isn't it? You sent me some game last night.
I know. I was like, that's the whole Gron whatever game that Erica's playing, and a lot of people are streaming that. I'll probably do some streaming that. I'm gonna actually probably get like get a nice little PC later today and go get one real quick, because I got to be able to play all the games. But anyways, my point is that this
both
game.
My nephews, Gatrino, both my nephews bought a Genesis Hero yesterday, baby.
Dude, they with their own monies.
With their own money.
Wow! Right before the mints got burnt out.
They
right
bought
at the
them
end.
on OpenSea. I bought.
They got them from OpenSea.
They called me the money, and I sent them everything.
Dude, that's super cool.
Yeah.
But this game has gotten me more into being really curious about like Dungeons and Dragons and how these creative, like even tabletop games, whatever, come to this point, right? Because if you saw in the Discord, I was posting tons of videos of what is it, Joe Manganiello and all these other and like Vin Diesel, who all like are dungeon masters and do these like YouTube shows and all kinds of stuff with like tons of Hollywood celebrities, like super crazy A-listers like Jack Black and all these people, right? You go down the list and you're just like, what? The producers of Game of Thrones, it's all super high tier people. And I actually saw him on a game show or a talk show with Stephen Colbert, who also plays Dungeons and Dragons. They start throwing dice and talking Dungeons and Dragons. And Colbert's like, hey, I hear Vin Diesel plays Dungeons and Dragons. He turns to him and he's just gives him this look. And he's like, what? He doesn't. He's like, look, he's like, I run this shit in Hollywood. He's like, I run Dungeons and Dragons in Hollywood. If he really was a player, I would know. All right. And he was like ready to throw down. I was like, I love Joe Manganiello. You know, he's the dude from like True Blood, right? The big wolf, or like the werewolf or whatever. Mm-hmm. That guy's, he's married to the Sophia girl from that one show. They're like the big power couple in Hollywood, like the sexy power couple, right? And in his house, he has a giant room with custom everything. Like, you know, he probably spent $10 million on this room of D&D stuff, custom huge tables, everything custom, handmade, right? And it's cool. He's like, when I was a kid, Dungeons and Dragons was nerdy and nobody wanted to play with me. And now it's like, he has his own fashion line that is like heavy metal D&D stuff, which is, I'm ordering some of it. It's amazing, right?
Heavy metal D&D?
It's called Death Saves. Go look it up. It's amazing. Fuck, yeah. In fact, I'll put a link to it right here.
That's a reference from the Slayer song.
Hey, song. Shout out to Henry in the chat. That's one of my nephews. That's my big
Henry.
Brain. His IQ is like 100 million. Okay. He was questions to ask. And guess what? So he bought a Ranger with 40 stats and another Ranger, I think, with 40 stats. And another Ranger with like 36 or 38. That's
a good amount.
For like $70 and $73. Really?
That's a great steal. I mean, you can go on OpenSea and find good stuff. The thing is, if you mint and summon there's a chance you could get really good stuff, or you could go for like, even Stevens on the open market, right?
Yeah, and so I'm looking at I'm loving the art on the new Rift Heroes. So
look at this.
The floor Rift Hero on OpenSea is at 2771.
Look at this dude. This dude is so awesome looking.
I know, right?
And there's rumors, Grady, that they're gonna be able to. We'll have skins at some point, so we can have our characters look different, dude. I want a big Viking dude with like blonde hair and a big axe so bad.
Just imagine being able to customize your guy, so you can make him look like you.
And the other alpha, right, guys? Remember from the stream is that they're thinking about adding companions soon, so you can have a pet. That like is an item slot. So like as an item slot, you could have like your pet dragon or whatever, and it could give you like, some kind of attributes.
Wow.
Yes. See, so like Katrino just said that.
Henry was going to buy a Rift Hero, but when I was like, holy smokes, look at these prices on OpenSea for the Genesis Heroes.
Right.
Man, so he went that route instead. This archer at the floor has a whopping 29 stat points, baby, in total.
Jesus.
Man, it's brutal.
What's an average to you guys? Like a 30 or a 40?
I'm looking at the floor right now. This is the cheapest summoning shard. You can go get it for $25 right now, which is a steal because the heroes are going for what, like 70 or more than that or something, right?
Yeah, bro. So wait, I have a question. I'm so sorry.
Go ahead.
Could you by accident open the shard and get nothing?
No. You always
that's
get
such
something.
a good deal.
You always get a hero.
That's awesome.
That's
so
why finding them, people get so pumped when they find them because they know they got a hero.
Yeah. All these heroes at the Rift Heroes at the floor have really bad stats.
Dude, Henry got smoked by a bridge troll right away. He got like broken into the game. It's like being like joining a gang or something, and they're like, bro, you can't just join. You got to get beat up by the bridge troll.
And he tried
to will get you
4 times in a row, couldn't get away, even though he had more quickness.
Dude, that's the bridge troll. He's like, oh, you think you're quick, little fool? And he's like, bam, I got you. That's the thing about this game.
He has a buff because he's under the bridge.
He has a buff from it. He's a bridge buff because you're stuck under the bridge. But like, it's like a Red Hot Chili Peppers buff, right? So, so Henry, the thing about this game is that, like, yes, if you have higher quickness, it's likely that you're going to roll and like get out. But you saw 4 times in a row you didn't get it. It's like one of those things where RNG comes and slaps you in the face sometimes. But there's also times where I had lower quickness and I needed to flee or I would have died. Right. And I got out. And I was like, and you're like, thank God. Because,
bro.
You know what I mean? It's so like the other side of that is you still have the chance if you're lower. It's not a completely terrible chance. I've had so many times where I fleed with lower quickness and got out right away, and it saved my butt from dying.
Guys, I have the craziest story. And Doug and Grady, thank you so much for getting me hip to Dragon's Crossing. I really slept on this game, and it's just so much fun. I had so much fun the other day before the tournament. I mean, the actual mint ended that I played, and I had 1 health, and I was like, oh my god! And I was streaming, dude, and I was like, oh my god, if I don't escape right now, I'm done for. And I got all the items. It was the last day I was playing, and I rolled it. And the feeling that you get, waiting to see the roll, seeing if you can get out or not, is scary because you could lose it all.
Yeah, dude.
1 health, I got away, man.
Yep, baby.
Dude, I died this morning with one of the new heroes I just got, and like all of a sudden I started getting critted, and it was down like 9 HP to like 7.
Yeah.
And I used the skill, and I'm like, "There's no way they kill me." And then he hit me for like 15 something. I was like, "What?" I was like, "What?"
It comes out of nowhere.
I've never seen the bridge troll hit me for that hard, except for that 1 hit. And I'm like, "What are the chances?" Right?
Yeah,
man. So it's crazy. So there's 1 Genesis hero still on the market. Okay, and I don't think this is going to last long. There is one there that's still about $80. Okay.
That's pretty good stats.
No, it's like 33 stats total.
Okay.
I think. Hang on. 33. 33 total stats. And I'm tempted to buy it. I almost bought it like 5 times, but I've got 34 heroes, Doug.
Yeah, bro. Let me buy it. Just let me buy it real quick.
Let Dominant buy it.
Yeah. So then from $79.50, the next one jumps to $92. Then the next one jumps, and I still think that's a good buy. Then the next one jumps to $98. So that's the 3rd cheapest one. Then we start getting up at $110. So I just bought a warrior the other night for $65. The floor warrior's now 110.
This is the thing, Grady. I realize that a lot of people here are gamers and they're not necessarily like big time NFT people. And like, it's not hard to snipe stuff. You know what I mean? Like normally in NFT projects, people are like they're just like vultures circling. There's 30, 40, 50 of them. But here I'm sitting here being like, I don't think anybody's watching this right now. I could just grab this snipe and this snipe. And so like I grabbed, you know, some skill books before the season started thinking like I sniped them pretty low. What did I get really low? It was literally on the floor. I think it was Insidious Deception or whatever.
Insidious Distraction.
Yeah. I think I got that one on the floor for like $19 or something.
Oh, that's a good buy because they nerfed it a little bit this season. They did. But it's still one of the best skills in the game.
It was the number one skill last one before, and it was on the floor. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. Like, there's a lot of opportunities to either get a cool skill or even flip it. You could buy it and just put it back up for $40 if you want, I guess. You know what I mean? Like, whatever.
Yeah. So Psychopath. The mint is over for Genesis Heroes. So the only option is to go to OpenSea and buy them. And they're a deal. There's still a few, at least. There was about a dozen for a heck of a good buy. Now there's like 4.
Look, Bob just bought a mage that has Force Shield already on it. So he got something for 120 and it already has a skill on it.
Baby.
Let's go.
Yeah, it's important when you're in a project to check announcements and know what the timetable is, because the thing is that like for that mint, what happened is if you minted in early when the price was higher, you got access to a free airdrop and then you had to log in and get it like a week ago. But the thing is you had like almost a week to log in and get it, and then the mint was over and now it's done and you can't get it anymore.
Yeah.
So
that's
basically how it works. And it's really nice that they do that because it's like one of those things where they try to make everything even Stevens, but they never like guarantee stuff. You know what I mean? Projects have to do certain things and make adjustments on the fly because you set up a whole project to be a certain way and then you have to kind of adjust to the market a little bit. Yeah. So it was only if you spent like 300 for the public. If you spent 150 after that or whatever, then there's no airdrop involved. It was just basically to make things even balanced. It wasn't like anything really getting extra, made everybody equal. That's what this game is about, just being equal, everyone like getting a fair share of stuff and trying to be as fair as possible. Brought too many heroes off the market lately. Bob's got a lot of heroes. I think he was on the show last time, but he got some great ones and that was a lot of fun. We did the tier list. If anybody's wondering about the tier list here, I can even should we look at it for the skill books real quick and see what I'll bring it up.
Yeah. And
Bob, we can talk about it real quick.
Bob, that mage is actually a good mage there, man.
Yeah,
I'm
he got
so
a good
hurt.
deal.
Someone's gonna buy it before me because I don't have enough gas. So pissed.
39 stat points, and it has Force Shield already on it. That's not bad for $120.
Okay, I'm going to now I'm gonna show the tier list. Okay, this is the tier list that we came up with, right? And what's crazy is Blade Form Parry, I already had that one on my warrior. I won the season with that. Blade Form Parry's great.
So is this the updated tier
list? Is the one we just did a couple days ago.
Okay. I caught most of that, but I want to say I was coming back from the
You know what's really funny is that see how Magic Missile is like the lowest one on the entire totem pole? I got 2 skill books in a row, like yesterday was it or whatever, and they both were Magic Missile, and everyone laughed at me so hard in the Discord because I was like, I got 2 skill books like within 5 minutes of each other. I'm like, oh my god, and they're like, oh, we hate you. You're so lucky. And then I'm like, but I got 2 Magic Missiles, right? Anyways, because Firebolt, the thing you start off with, is already like kind of better than it, and it's like you already have it. So these are the things that you want to know, right? Like, do you have any of these skills up here, Grady? These top skills?
I have all of them, except what is the Fireball up there?
Yeah, Fireball. It deals 2d4 Wisdom and deals an additional 1d4 with Charisma divided by 9 per round for 4 rounds. So it's basically like a super version of Firebolt.
Okay.
But it costs more. It costs 7 instead of 5, and you can't use it till you're level 15. So that's more in-game stuff.
Yeah.
That's why it's at the bottom of the A tier list because it's pretty good, but like you can only use it after level 15. And it's usually stuff like this is really good for bosses. And haste used to even be better than it was. Haste used to be like pretty much almost like teleport, but also added like chance to hit. So haste was possibly the best one last year even, but nobody really had it.
It still is S tier. Totally.
Yeah. And so I have that one.
And so I want to scream from the rooftops to the team about pocket sand and those automatic fleas.
Did you notice in the Discord
went from being worth $50, $60, $70 to being almost worthless now? It's too many skill points, guys. Come on.
Dude, I yelled at JB so much about this. I hope he's here right now. I even sent him screenshots of other people fighting him also, being like, JB, you made everyone mad.
Yes,
and I is exactly what I told him would happen. Like I hate being worried all the time, Grady, but we knew like when he's like, oh, I'm gonna nerf the hell out of the flea skills, and I'm like, dude, it's the only skill in the game where you absolutely know that it's something that you want by far. You know what I mean? You just know that you want it, right? Which means people want to buy it.
It's not even hardly worth having to use all those skill points for it.
No, it's not. It's like 8 skill points or whatever it is. And like,
so I finally got one. I didn't get one all season last season, but this season I got one, and I can't give the damn thing away. You got to fix. I hope they fix some of the skills mid-season. But
yeah, I bought a bunch of those flea skills last season, and now like they're so nerfed. I didn't mind that they like made it so much to the next thing, but then they made it such a high like number for usage for skill points.
Yeah. Yeah. So Henry, each tile has their own set of skills that it can unlock, and you have to be that level at that tile.
Show us the spot where flea skill hurt you, JP. That's what.
Which skill in the S tier do you guys think is top tier?
So I really like Blade Form Parry because it's simple and it's 5 or whatever, but like because it's just simple, like it just increases your parry a lot. And I like Warriors a lot, so it's right now at the very top of the list. And but like the thing is, you see all these are all wizard skills at S tier, right? So the thing is that if you're a wizard or warrior, you have some pretty good skills here. And then you have like the ranger one tier. I really like Ice Tomb though, because it's like a armor mitigation chance thing.
I like that one too.
It is really, really good. I really like Ice Tomb a lot. I would definitely use that on the bosses. And then custom poisons like
that's Archer.
That is the Archer one. So that's a good Archer one. That's right. I'm sorry. So all the rest of those are mages.
Like Insidious Distraction. Custom Poison is real similar to Insidious Distraction. They're both good. I think Blade Form Parry might be a little bit overdone on this ranking, on my opinion.
You think it could be like lower here or something?
I would say it's maybe like either back end of the S tier or somewhere in the A tier. Still awesome, but it is nerfed compared to last season. The reason that it's really great is that it's strength and quickness, which are two things you're going to level up anyways. Yes, that is why I like it too.
Times 4. And it's a percentage. So what happens is
there's five skill points. Yeah.
No, but I mean times 4. Like, so what happens, Grady, is that you're gonna have parrying like every single time. Like,
see, last season, Doug, it was 400%. So,
but I'm saying it's gonna be over 100%. So like it's gonna be guaranteed regardless. You know what I mean? Like it's gonna happen every single time for 3 rounds.
Well, is it I think it's increasing your current parry percentage.
Right. So it means you're going to parry for sure 3 times in a row.
No. So like, let's say you had 10% chance to parry.
But I'm talking about like end game. Like once you get to like level 14, 15, when stuff really matters.
Let's say you had 30% chance to parry. If you increase the chance to parry by 400%, then yes, you, or I think it's 400%.
So if you're, by that time, your strength and quickness is going to be around 40 or 50. So that's like 100 times 4. So that's like 400%. So then you're going to be.
Oh no! See, that's only 200%. So if your parry is at 30%,
like 200%,
and you increase your parry by 200%, then you're at about 90% chance to parry. Whereas last season it was 100% chance you're parrying.
Okay, so it's nerfed a little bit, but it's still like you could, if you really put a lot into. By the time you get to the end game and the final bosses, you're going to be at probably about 100%.
That's right. Strength and quickness, you pound it, you will be at 100%. I agree. And then also, I still love Rending Blow, even though that's a bit nerfed. But the skill Improvised Trap, I would put probably in the S tier.
This one?
Yeah, that is an bomb skill right there.
I would have thought that Overhand Chop would also be an A.
No, man, I hate Overhand Chop.
Really?
Yeah.
I always roll 1s and 2s and 3s, and I'm just pissed.
I use improvised trap a lot last season.
Yeah,
I've used it a lot.
so
So I
any
guess that's why I'm biased.
skill that lasts the whole length of the battle is good. I would definitely move up. Oh wait, never mind.
Here,
Oh, insidious distraction. You guys got that at a C still, huh?
yeah.
Okay. It is. They maybe nerfed it too much.
They nerfed it a bunch, and it takes 6 skill points, and
yeah, the 6 skill points.
It's yeah. So like, but that's the thing is that like all this stuff between like A tier and B tier are like it's hard to choose.
It is.
You know
hard.
what I mean?
Yep.
It's like we spent like 4 hours like discussing this, like a really in depth.
Right.
You know?
I would probably move up for shield. Probably.
You think you like
and dexterous hands. Here's what makes dexterous hands easily an A, which you have at the top of B.
Yeah, it's in between.
It only requires 3 skill points, man.
Yeah, you're right. Man. It does. Let's put dexterous hands. We're gonna have so many A's.
Solid A.
We'll put it up here as an A.
Like a pretty strong A, even.
Well, now Force Shield's the highest B. This is kind of like being almost an A.
That's fine. Yep, Force Shield's good where it is. This is just my opinion.
You think Insidious Improvised Trap should be higher? Because the thing is that these are all really good, pretty much, right? But do you think it's better than them?
Firebolt needs to come off S and be an A.
But the thing about Firebolt is you get it right away, and it's pretty good. Firebolt's like better than Magic Missile. It's like, and it's free, and you get it right away.
Oh, right. But see, the difference here is that Magic Missile, like if it's at the end of the battle and you use it, it's all in one hit, kind of like overhand chop. Okay, so whereas Magic Missile, you want to be pounding that at the beginning of the battle to make sure all 3 rounds you get the full benefit of the skill.
But the thing, though, is that if you look at it, Firebolt's initial thing is 1d4 and then Magic Missile's 1d8. They're not too dissimilar. You know what I mean? Like Firebolt's initial hit is not too different than Magic Missile's entire hit.
But look, it's Wisdom divided by 6 instead of
7.
Wisdom divided by 7. Okay.
Yeah. So that's the thing is that, like, yeah, for that situation, Magic Missile might be a little bit better, right? So I don't know. It's tough. But the thing is that it's hard to say.
I would put Magic Missile in the same category as Overhand Chop, right? They're the same, aren't they? Yeah, they're identical.
Where's Overhand Chop?
Magic Missile you have to purchase.
The difference, though, I think, is that you have Firebolt already, which is better than Magic Missile. That's why. It's because you're trying to make a decision. Like, there's no reason to use Magic Missile if you have Firebolt almost, because Firebolt's almost like better than it pretty much, and it's free.
Right.
And it costs less skill points. So that's the thing is that, like, if you consider it Firebolt costs less skill points than Magic Missile, it's way better than it. And then, so that's the problem is that with Overhand Chop, I don't think you have a starting skill that's obviously super better than it.
Well, here's one thing I still got to tell the world. Okay. About Grapple and Berserk, which Berserk was really changed this year. So
right. So it's way higher. It used to be like the worst.
I agreed with you guys last season about what it said on the skill, the reading of the skill.
Right.
It just didn't look sexy. But the results of Grapple for me was just badass. So here's the weirdest story. I had like the best warrior in the game last season. He was so jacked, and I had used the shared stash and got him all the perfect items, and I should have been able to breeze right on through. And I had Rending Blow last season, which last season, hardcore S skill, and I was just blowing the crap out of Abaddon. And he killed me twice in a row, okay? And it was like, wasn't even that close, and I couldn't flee. It was killing me. And so... And you know, after I died, I restocked him up with all the best items you can imagine. He kills me again. Okay, so then I had a very average warrior, kind of shitty warrior. Okay, and all I had was Grapple and Berserk last season. And I just grappled and berserked Abaddon on a very average warrior. And it was a hard Abaddon. It was like it wasn't deadly, but it was like a brutal Abaddon with 245 HP.
Wow.
And I'm just grappling him and berserking him the whole time, and I freaking beat him. first try.
That's partly the magic of Warriors, though, because they have decent defense. Like sometimes it just is a little bit of a thing that makes the, you know what I mean? Like you probably
all of his stats were significantly less than.
So I'm saying you probably had a combination of really good luck, using those skills.
Yeah.
And you know what I mean? What I'm saying is like, there's a combination of things that allow that to happen because the Warrior has like a magical ability because of its defense.
It's RNG. But my best hero last season, which was also funny because you guys had Rangers at the bottom. I had some Rangers. I had a Ranger that beat Abaddon, and he still had one skill left, and he still had 168 health.
What?
Wow.
And it was like my Rangers. I almost threw a Hail Mary on that last day because, you know, it came and bit us. The season ended before we realized, you know, it was like for me 2 days earlier than what I was thinking, you know, and so, but it was like over a full day sooner. So I thought I'd have another day to level and then fight Abaddon. I was like doing the no heal strategy and this and that. Okay. And then I almost beat, I beat the sub boss, the second to last boss, without using a skill with a level 16 archer. And then I faced Abaddon, okay, with this same hero on the same day, fully healed, still had all my skills. And I should have won. I had him down to like below 5 health. He ended up killing me right at the end.
Oh,
It's been like the Hail Mary of Hail Mary.
That's kind of why, though, we have to take a big correlation of everyone's input, right? When we talked to everyone, we found out that, like, across the board, everyone was doing great with their Warriors, right? Like, kind of was a situation. And across the board, people were not doing so good with the Rangers. But you had a Ranger that kicked major butt because all of them have the potential to, right?
It's I had just like three or four Rangers that were really good. Right on through Abaddon, and I couldn't. I had hell trying to kill. I had to level all my mages up to level 20.
Did you have any skills with the Rangers at all? You said they like helped them?
So Insidious Distraction,
right,
and Improvised Trap. Those were
right.
The two dope
that's the one I have, Improvised Trap for my Ranger. And so like you think it should be higher. I moved it higher ahead of Berserk. So the things that I think we're gonna do is we'll make after like another week or in a couple days, maybe we'll make another tier list individually for each hero, right? So each class.
For the
yes, for sure. So Henry, here's the deal. You can have up to 6 skills per hero. So your hero starts with 2 skills. You can add 4 more. Okay, keep going.
And that'll be a lot of fun to do. So like, because people kept saying like, why don't you do a tier list for each class? I'm like, actually, that's a pretty good idea. It's good to have an overall tier list because you've got many heroes and you're like, what one's really the best of the best, right? Like if you if the top Ranger like skill might be at the bottom of the list compared to the other ones, you just don't know you know what I mean? When you put them all together, you want to see it. But if you have an individual hero and you're like, hey, I really need help for my Ranger, and then you can really look and like deep dive and say like, okay, I really need this. Plus, there's kind of like builds that people make where they might do like a wisdom build or a speed build with quickness, and certain skills fit into that build, right? So there might be like 2 skills that work together really well if you like level up quickness really high or like say wisdom or strength, and they fit into that build that you can do. And people were worried when we were going to go live saying like, don't tell everyone all the builds, you're giving them all the alpha and like just telling them a blueprint for what to do. But the thing is, dude, you and I, Grady, both know, and Diamond Hands, you know this too. You could have all the info in the world. Abaddon and all these dudes are still gonna like slap you to hell. You're still gonna get your butt thrown in the dumpster like pile drive. You're gonna be like, I got the build, I'm so good, and next thing you know, Abaddon's just like cuts your head off.
Right. It could be a good run or it could be a bad run, man.
There's so many decisions in the game. Like, what do you do with like the NPCs you encounter, and like how do you heal, and how much risk that you take with your healing and stuff, and like versus dying, and also what skills you choose to put on, because the thing is, most people are not going to have the same builds because they're not everyone's just going out and buying all these skills. They're kind of using what they find. So in reality,
right,
maybe the top 5% of players will kind of like use the same builds or figure it out maybe.
Yeah, so be similar, but since it's random at the beginning, no matter what, it's always going to be different.
And I'm waiting to really get more skills. I have a bunch. I have tons of magic missiles. If you want magic missile, bro, and if you like Brady, if you want a magic missile, I got a whole warehouse of magic missiles. That like it's like a fireworks shop. You know, you walk into Walmart parking lot, you see the fireworks tent, and I'm in there. I got the magic missiles.
Magic missiles everywhere.
What kind of magic missile? I got blue, I got red, I got yellow. What kind of magic missile you want?
Yep, they're at the floor. I'm sure they'll be buffed.
Next
one
season
cool
they'll
thing about
adjust
the
again,
game.
but we all need to know that JB, the flea skills should actually like not cost quite as much, right? Like maybe bring it down just a tad.
Oh man, like it was 3 skill points last season. Now it's 8.
We need to bribe him. I told him to give him cookies or something. Yeah, it went from 3 to 8, dude. That's a little bit
nuts, man.
And that's the thing is like I'm looking at the viewpoint of like sales. I want people to buy the skills on the open market, right?
Right.
If everything's like kind of just if everything's a mystery, why would you? There's no reason to buy if it's all mysterious.
Well, and it's kind of like if I had pocket sand for free and all my heroes, would I even want to use 8 skill points? Like
I don't know. I have it on a lot of mine, and I'm not right now. I'm not.
So I'm kind of thinking. I think I'm going to take it off the market and save it because they'll probably tweak that. I sure as hell hope so.
The thing is that each skill needs to have a use case where it can work really well. There's a reason to own it, right? You know what I mean? Like it has to. So that's why we have the tier list because like, hey, if you own this skill, but actually the same skill, this skill works better in this situation. So that's why there's a big gap between Magic Missile and Firebolt. Because I even saw in the comments here, people kept saying like, once you start leveling up, Firebolt's going to be like one of the best in the game by far. So like,
yep.
And so, okay, so like with the skills, Henry keeps asking, so when you get a skill and you put it on a hero, it stays on that hero forever. Even if you sell it, whatever, it's on the hero. But you only can do it once. When you have the skill book, you can't put it on all your heroes. You can only put that skill on one guy. And then, but you can sell it with, and it'll keep that skill forever and you can keep having it. That's why investing in skills early is great because then as the seasons go on, you're going to have them already. And then you can find skill books and sell them to the new players and stuff.
Yeah.
What have I missed? Game is Life is here. So we're talking about like the tier list stuff. And I did a summoning. Oh, here, let me show this. I'm going to present my
amazing mage.
I'm going to show.
I'm loving all this.
This is the dude. I just summoned this dude. And because Mickele, I admit that has been like the awesomest co-host and she's been here for every show. I'm going to give this to her. She's going to win it from being like the official like co-host slash mascot of the show because she's been here for like every show. And she's always on time and everything. And she doesn't even play the game yet, and she's still here you know what I mean? So I'm like, basically, when you're here more than everyone and whatever, and she's like, I'm busy, I don't have time to play a game. I'm like, if you put auto roll on, it'll take you like 60 seconds, bro. Anyways, so I'm like, I'm sending you this, and you're gonna play the damn game. If you're gonna be hanging out with us all the time, you got to. So anyways, that's cool. And then we look at the tier list. And I'll bring that up again real quick. The tier list is really cool. We made this the other day in the big video, the tier list video that we did. Yeah. And it's a lot of fun to like look at the tier list, go over it. And we're just basically like discussing. There's so much discussion. Like, you know, Grady really likes improvised trap. He thinks it's like practically S tier. And he thinks that Magic Missile is better than what we ranked it as the dead last thing. So, but the thing is like, what's great about this is we're going to adjust this in like a couple days, a week, whatever, and make a new tier list. And maybe make individual ones and move them around. And that's the thing is that like the people that were there, like Bob got all the input because they were there and all the people in the comment section too, that were there for that moment in time. But now that we've progressed, it's even a couple days after that, as we go forward, we'll like adjust and stuff. Right. And we'll make a new tier list. And that's the thing is it's not like something set in stone. Like you definitely need to have this skill, especially this season. Cause things are, I normally would say haste, you have to have it because it was so good last season, but now there's so much balancing going on. Like it's not a must-have because it's a big thing with quickness and fleeing, and everyone's leveling up quickness anyways. And so you're going to be able to flee decently without it. So like, you know what I'm saying? Like there's not a whole lot of clear-cut stuff, which in my mind, I don't really like that much. I want there to be clear-cut stuff I like because then I go and buy it, right? But anyways, that's just kind of where we're at.
Yeah, man. Yeah, babe.
So that once it's approved, it's burned.
So once you apply a skill to a hero, the skill book is burned, the NFT is burned, and you cannot detach the skill and then sell it. Can't do that. It's stuck to the hero for life. And you can remove it, but then it's gone forever. So, okay.
Yeah. Super cool. So, this is a lot of fun. And, looking at all the tier lists and stuff.
I'm not sure what Psychopath's talking about here.
Oh, what's going on here?
I don't think.
Oh, he didn't get the airdrop mint because he did. I mean, you had a whole week to claim it and to get.
Oh no! Are you serious? You didn't get your Genesis hero?
Yeah.
I would contact the team, Psychopath, contact the team and just give a plea. I don't know if there's anything they can do, but if I were you, I would be saying, hey, I didn't realize this was going on. I was still waiting on that hero, and see if they can do
that bug and disappear on me. Isn't that the shard though that showed up as a bug that you weren't supposed to get in the beginning? Because remember when people logged on,
that's a lesser.
When people logged on and when the season started, there was a bug that people got like a automatic shard, but then I guess it disappeared or something like that. But that's the thing, you guys have to understand. There's rules in place for a game like this for everybody, and it's all out in the open. And you check the Discord, it's in the announcements, it's there for everybody. Everyone is an equal shot at everything. So, like, when they said that they're going to have the airdrop coming later and that you're going to have to do the thing, you have to pay attention. You have to go in the Discord and ask questions and go to do the thing. You know what I mean? So, like, the problem is that the mint is now burned off, and this is a thing, Psychopath. They actually pushed the mint even further back. It was going to be like a 3-day thing where you had to log in and do it, and they extended to a whole week to make sure everyone could get it right. So, yeah.
They really care about the community, man.
So that's the thing, is it's really important. Well, yeah, it's not when you do. I got to do a call chain. It's not being airdropped, right?
Yeah,
so, like, I mean, it's just a term that people use because they're getting it for free. But yeah. I also I had one of my heroes out of 34, so I was able to enter 33 of my heroes into the season, no problem. I'm still waiting on one, and I tried 3 times and realized it charged $20 each time, and I still can't. He's not entering for some reason. It's just a weird 3 or 4 times even. Well, and so the term airdrop was used, but they really used the word I don't know. They use a lot of different words. Anyways, I know it's tough, but that's the thing. That's the key, is asking questions and being engaged. Because if you went in the Discord at any point and asked just for 5 seconds, someone immediately would say, like, this is what's happening, right? Right. I corrected you harshly. I'm sorry. Technically, a while ago, remember when he said I dig into airdrop, right? So
I promise Doug didn't mean it. He loves all of you.
But this is the thing, though. Like, I am there preaching all the time that the team is doing everything possible to get you the information, like constantly over the board, tweeting about it, going in the Discord, posting the things. If you go in Discord for 5 seconds and ask a question, you'll get the answer right away, right?
You want to read all the Discord.
It sucks that they couldn't just airdrop it to everyone. Like, that's not me and Grady are not on the team doing this stuff. I would have preferred that, right? Totally preferred that. So, like, do what you can. Ask the team stuff, I guess, or whatever. But this is the thing this is a part of any NFT project. There's always going to be situations that are not completely perfect, right?
Right.
And you have to play the game. And the whole thing about this game is you have to play it and be engaged and to, like, compete, play every day, do the things, and be in the Discord and stuff like that, right? So, I'm sorry that you didn't get the additional mint there, but there's plenty of opportunity to get more heroes and things and whatever on the market. You can get heroes for like $70-$80 for the OpenSea market. You can get shards. There's plenty of opportunities to do stuff. In life, you always have to, like, deal with difficult situations that aren't perfect and try to, like, move ahead and do that, right? So, like, just like in the game when you die, like, people, when this season, everyone started dying like the first day. And also people want all these changes all the time, right? And in the middle of the game, and in the middle of first season 1, everyone wanted all these adjustments really bad. But then half the people were like, how dare you make adjustments? It's like, you can't please everybody, right? It's really tough.
That's
to do
it.
That.
You can't please everyone, but you can only get the answers as to why they're unpleased. And some people are just mad to be mad. Luckily, he has a reason, but it's not always that case. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And so, that's the thing, is that the team's really trying to be fair to everyone, and it's hard to do that. It's not easy to make sure everybody feels 100% in the community, but they're trying really hard.
And Doug said it best, it's your incentive and to your gain to stay active and knowledgeable about everything that's going on.
I'm not sure what Psychopath is asking here. They talk about people who can play every single day. Well, yeah, the season's long enough where you don't have to play every single day, but you kind of have to play like every 3 days or something, right? My point is that, like, they announced it beforehand, like a week or so beforehand, and then there was the week of the whatever you want to call it, the additional, like, mint that was given out for you to log in and do that, right? I know it sucks. I've been part of a lot of NFT projects, like crazy amounts, and I'm missing out on things left and right all the time, and I'm always like, man, that sucks, right? But yeah, see what you can do. The thing is that we're here to support you and everybody, but we have to try to make things as fair as possible, because believe me, think about Web 2 gaming, where like you don't get nothing at all and no one listens to the community whatsoever. Like the teams here are really trying hard.
Yeah. And he's trying to be fair and legit as it gets. They're doing their best. The resources are limited. They're just trying to make it, and they are. I think they've made it over the hill to where this game is going to succeed.
Yeah. How many are we at right now for register? Let me look at the old leaderboard here. And and let's see, we've got now 760 people registered for season 2, which is super, super cool.
Yeah. And I mean, I think what they minted. So before the team minted the final 100, okay, to hang on to, it was up over like 1,550 mints. So there's 1,550 Genesis Hero mints. And that made me real excited.
Yeah, a little bit of that was the team minting some for the future, like they did 100.
Wasn't counting that 100. So it was
does that 1,500 count the 300 they minted in the beginning though, for like all the sages and stuff? I think it does.
True. Good point.
I think it does. But still we're at like 1,200, I think, or something, right?
Yeah.
Which is like halfway. It's pretty much halfway to the 2,500, whatever, right?
1,250 to 1,300. I think.
Yeah, that's fantastic. Even in today's day and age, well, that's the thing too, guys. I'm gonna do a giveaway on this channel of a shard, and I was gonna do it random, but because Psychopath didn't get like the airdrop, should we just give it to him? Should he just get the win? Let's see, Psychopath, if you commented on my tweet. But we'll have to vote on this. The audience will have to vote. It's not going to be up to me, because the thing is that like we want everyone to have a real good time, right? We want everyone to really love this game and stuff. So let me look at my tweet and see if Psychopath, did you comment on my tweet and enter the contest? Because if you didn't, you probably should. Nope, there's no comment there. See, there's lots of chances to win stuff. This is the thing, guys. The reason I get harsh on people is because engagement is huge. Commenting on the tweets, being there to Kong says hook the man up. I'm addressing you on that ticket, Psychopath, soon. Katrino's actually reaching out to you and talking to you about that, right? See, This is the thing, guys. Like, I do giveaways. This is my own money I'm spending doing all these giveaways, and the team tells me not to. They're like, don't do that, Doug. And I'm like, guess what, though? I'm gonna. You know why? Because I want to set I have no Twitter, Psychopath.
Okay, go start up the Twitter.
I love this. He doesn't even have a Twitter. Go make a Twitter, I guess.
Psychopath, right? Go start a Twitter.
Make a thread to make all the apps. I'll follow you.
Go.
But my point is, I'm trying so hard to drive people to tweet, to share stuff, to do content. Right, Diamond Hands? It's all about that, because we are the people that put our foot out there and the first ones to do it. Grady's out there. Like every time I do anything, Grady's immediately there, and Diamond Hands too, commenting, reposting. And if I'm telling you, if everybody in Dragon's Crossing had the level of commitment to the tweets and the commenting that Grady did, we'd be like blowing out like Bored Ape Yacht Club out of the water. You know what I mean? Like we'd be out there, like everyone would be like, why do I see this everywhere? Why is this everywhere? That is the magic of Web3, right? We're all getting a +1 follow from Psychopath. Psychopath, we love you. And that's the thing, is that like everything that we do, because the tone I have with you guys now is the same tone when I talk to Bloater Punch or everybody. I'm like, dude, we need to do this, and this is important, and I've done this for a long time, and let's get together and kick some major butt and get even better than we have it now, man. Like, I do not accept anything less than absolutely fantastic, right? Like, right, Grady? Like, we are going... Right. And we have this discussion with me, you, Brown Jet, anybody. We're like, dude, we can do this, and we can do this and do this, because in Web3, social engagement is everything. And I know it's kind of tough, and it's like not the easiest thing. And we're competing with influencers who are like super well known, and they're like doing all these crazy spaces and stuff. But guess what? I know for a fact that there's other Web3 games out there that I've seen people even on the show that come on, like Erica, that are like, oh, I can't believe this new game's coming out and everyone's streaming it. I got to go stream it. Everyone's doing it. That's how it works. She gets excited about stuff because she sees people getting excited about stuff and thinking it's amazing, right? So when you share that to everybody, then they can feel the vibes of like, this game's awesome. Yes. But without them playing it, it's really hard for them to know. And but we're doing a pretty good job. We've got like, what is it? What did I say? 760 entries for this season, which is only about 100 less than when it was free, right? So right now, Bloater Punch is over the moon. He is absolutely ecstatic and happy, right? Grady, like, in the town hall, Diamond Hands? Were you there? Did you see in the town hall? He was like, this is great. He's like, this is fantastic. He was almost emotional for a minute,
Man,
right?
I believe it.
And well, I'm sitting back in here like, I want 4,000, bro. Like, we need to get it up to like, let's go. Let's go. You know what I mean? Let's bring in all the new peoples. Let's get this going and that going. We got rift shards. I had to like pound the table to get the registration pushed back so we could register. What I'm saying is you don't see the behind the scenes work that we're doing to try to make sure everything's like going. I'm like Grady. We're the voice of the community saying like, we got to do this. The community, this is the best for community. Like, don't forget about this one aspect, this detail, because they're trying to do so many things, right? We're like watchdogs to make sure to try to make everything go. And Gatrino and people in the Discord too, right? They're working their butt off.
Man.
Gatrino
is a godsend. It's like to the project.
Yeah. If the skill, sometimes when you do the skill stuff, you have to wait like 5 minutes for it to show up and stuff.
Well, so Henry, the skill points are already applied to the skills the way they were yesterday at the end of the, how you used them yesterday. And so a lot of times you need to readjust those as you level, and you want to tweak them because, like once you get 16 skill points and you have one skill that costs 5 skill points, but one that costs 4, you could have 4 skills instead of 3, so there's a lot of juggling around.
All right. I'm going to DM 8-bit Tendies right now because he wants to see gameplay. And I think we should do a little bit of gameplay. So
also for Psycho, when he creates his Twitter, this is our handles if you want to follow us.
Oh, yeah. Follow me, Psycho.
It's also in the description.
Well, I tagged you guys. And maybe Grady's not on the recent one, but I try to tag you guys. I try to do as many tags as I can before I get 180 characters. Because the problem is when you do that, all of a sudden it overlaps and you only see like a third of the tweet. I want people to see the stuff. There's the handles, but also in the tweets there's there's all that stuff too. And make sure. And here's the link to the tweet again, so you can if you do end up making a Twitter right now, you can comment on it and everything, right? The rules of the game for my giveaway where you had to comment on it, just psychopath. So that's just kind of what's going on with that. Because if I break the rules, then people get really upset, right? So where's that freaking 8-bit Tennies?
So you're giving away that mage?
No, the mage is going to Mickele. I admit that.
Okay.
I have another summoning chart I'm giving away.
Okay.
I'm giving away stuff all the time, Grady. Like I gave away summoning chart to J Chains. He hasn't played yet. All this.
Where's J Chains at?
He's hanging out with his family this weekend or touching grass or something.
And I need to go. I actually need to roll.
Oh, you're gonna pull a J Chains on us. Let's call it J Chains.
That's crazy because I have to go too. I don't want to leave you alone, Doug.
I know Mickele's here. Well, I can. It's fine. I can go through. I'm going to play some of the game.
Okay.
I only need to be gone for like 25 minutes though, so I'll be back, man.
You can. We're gonna play some of the game. I want to play it for 8-bit Tennies, but also guys like Kong and people jump on right now. I think I gave you guys a link. Jump on the show and come in here and tell me. I want to know. We want to know the community's feedback. What's going on? How are you doing? Right? Like, what are you thinking about stuff? What do you think about the tier list? I want to know what Kong's thinking. Grady, he's the man.
Oh yeah.
I know. So Kong is my own personal Jesus Christ. And love that guy. So
yeah, Kong is the nicest dude. He's super cool.
Yes, and I gotta run. But I'll be
come in here and tag in to Grady like it's Macho Man tagging in Ultimate Warrior. You know what I'm saying?
I gotta go too though. But Grady and Doug, love you guys. I'll see you in probably 20-25 minutes.
Okay, yeah. Get out of here, Diamond Hands. Grady, get out of here. Oh yeah. The superpowers. Yeah.
Slim Jim.
Snap into it. Yeah. Okay, cool. So let's do this. Bye, Diamond Hands. Okay, so I just like messing with them. Okay, guys. So the thing is, 8-bit Tennies is here. Great. Okay, I'm gonna put in the screen. Here we go. Okay, so I'm going to show you the game. These are my heroes, right? These are all Genesis heroes except for this guy. This guy is see how he's gray? That means I think he's a common. Yeah, he's a common. You have common, uncommon, rare, and legendary, mythical. This girl Kathy's a mythical. Amir's a legendary. Ray Shanch is a legendary. The rest are rares. And so when you get a Genesis hero, they're at least a rare. The Rift heroes can be common all the way up to mythical. But the thing about Genesis Heroes, the difference between Genesis Heroes and Rift Heroes is Genesis Heroes can find summoning shards to summon more Rift Heroes, right? The Rift Heroes are kind of like just the regular heroes. The Genesis Heroes are the ones that have superpowers to summon more. But whatever, we can talk about that more. So let's go and see, who can I play with right now? Who should I play with? Should I play with my Ranger, my Warrior, or my Mage? Okay, 8-bit tennies, tell me, who should I pick? My Ranger, my Mage, my Ranger, or my Warrior? Cyrus is the one that ranked the highest last season for me, but my Mages are kicking butt too. All right, send you a link, Kong. I thought I did. Hold on, Kong. I'll send you a link. I'm pretty sure I sent you a link. Oh, maybe I didn't. I'm sorry about that. Here we go, Kong. I'm going to send you a link in 1 second. Sorry, I sent links to like a bazillion people and like, there it is. Okay. There you go, buddy. There you go. Send me stream links, sir. Oh, 8-bit tennies wants to come on too. All right, hold on. 8-bit, are you in my DMs? Here, I'm sending you a DM on Discord right now and added you as a friend, 8-bit tendies. All right, so go and look in your friend request thingies. Or I can send it to you in the messages to here on Twitter just in case that doesn't work. Oh, there it is. Here, I'll send it to you there. Oh, yeah, there you go. Sorry about that, 8-bit. I should have sent you that earlier. Very cool. It's just that I had like 20 people come on the show, so I don't want to send everyone the link right away. Anyways, so here we are. Welcome to come on here. I don't have the audio on right now. I could put the audio on so you can hear it better as we play, I guess, huh? Here is the audio. Here, let me turn up the main. All right, that's pretty loud. All right, let's check this out. So I sent you guys links to come up on here. If anybody else is a hardcore player and has some like feedback they want to give or they have an opinion on the tier list, that's cool too. Let me know and you could jump on. So this is my screen right now of guys and ladies. My favorite from the beginning though, artwork, is this Ranger. So maybe we should play the Ranger. She is in the woods. Actually, let me go back to somebody who's in the beginning areas. All right. I sent you the stream link, sir. I just sent it on Twitter. 8-bit, what's up, buddy?
What's going on, sir?
You're so professional there with your setup, man. Look at this. It's looking good. It's looking nice. Okay, so we're going to go. You're not on your couch watching on your TV, okay?
Not today. I'm in the studio.
But I like that. I like that imagery. That should be like your, if you have like graphics for your OBS and stuff, it should be a picture of you like Hasselhoff on the couch. Just like watching the stream, eating some tendies, right?
Chicken tendies, baby.
We got some cool people on the show with great names. We got I'd Mint That, which is hilarious. We got 8-bit tendies. Like, this is the part about Web3 and gaming that's so cool, right? The characters, all this stuff. So this game, you do have to have like a tiny bit of imagination, I guess. But the thing is, there's voiceover acting, there's sound. You know what I mean? You don't really have to. You can kind of just chill and play the game, right? Can you hear the soundtrack?
Yeah, the little elven music.
Yeah. So there's a backtrack. There's little flutes and stuff. So when you open up the game, you're in Eidos, the town, the blacksmith. This is where if you die, because you lose all your gear if you die except for one item, so you can come back here and get some stuff from the blacksmith.
So it's browser based, right? So you just go to the website.
You can play it wherever. It's very easy. Yeah, you don't have to have like a 4070 GTX or nothing or RTX. Right. Herbalist is here to heal, but the thing is, everything you do, all this stuff costs a quest. See, it says 1 quest to buy because it's basically like taking one action if you're in a board game, right? Everything is an action, and the least amount of actions that you use to beat the final, all the way up to the final boss, is like who gets like the top rank on the leaderboard, right? So it's whoever can get to the end fastest in a sense, but it's not fast as like you have to play every day. It's just who uses their moves better. So that's the blacksmith. If you die, you can go back there and get some gear, and the gear adjusts. Whatever level you are, it's like very basic gear for that level so that you won't just like die the first time you jump back into battle, but it's not great, right? And then the herbalist, you want to jump in here and heal. But the thing is, as you go through the game, these different zones, some zones have an herbalist to heal, some don't. So then you have to like travel through the zones, which also takes quest to get back to heal. So there's all these like decisions of like, Do I risk to keep fighting or do I go back and heal? And then you also level up and stuff. So in the Adventure Guild, you go to level up. If I could level up and my XP was high enough, I need 1 more XP. Actually, you know what? I'm just gonna go and fight once, and then I'll go to level up so you can see. So wait, hold on. Let me put the rolling off. So they're talking trash right now. She's talking about, she's like, the last thing you're going to see is this pretty face, right? So this is a Forgotten Dwarf. Often there's modifiers up here in the top left near their name that says like deadly or whatever, and they'll give them like different bonuses, like plus 30% chance to hit whatever. Plus,
so hold on. So your Forgotten Dwarf on the top right, the 1 and the 3 next to your name.
That's your levels, right? So they're a level 1, I'm a level 3. So I'm higher than them. When you're in this zone, these guys go up to level 4 or 5. But once you get to that level, once you're level 4 or 5, you want to go to the next zone, because if you're too high above them, you won't get XP, right? So like once you're 4 above them, once I'm level 5 and I'm 4 above them, I'm not going to get XP anymore from like a level 1. Now, everyone in this zone is not a level 1. There's like 2, 3, 4, whatever. But you have to decide, do I risk it going to the next level to level up faster? But also you could die easier, right? So, or have to heal more. People tend to push it and just go as fast as they can. As soon as they can get to the next level and not die, like right away, they're just going to keep trying to do that. But no, there's not like an obvious, like super like perfect strategy to all of it, because it's kind of like you have to figure it out as you go at the same time. Everyone's trying to like figure it out. So that's important to know the levels, right? And you can see the damage below that he's 2 to 5 and I'm 4 to 13. So I'm pretty much like way better than him. Also, you'll see down here charisma. Charisma scales with some of the skills you can do, but also it determines this persuade button here. So this persuade button only pops up once in a while. I don't know what the percentage chance is. It's like maybe 10 or 5% it just pops up. But if you click persuade, you roll, and it's based off your charisma ability, and you could persuade them just to give them all your gear and like they run off. Like, so basically you just mug them, and take all their stuff.
Okay.
And you get XP, you get their loot, but you don't have to fight. So you don't lose any XP that way, right? So it's like a free win. But that only pops up once in a while. But when you do it, you still have to roll and do all this stuff, right? Like an interaction. And then flee, if they're way better than you and you're just like, oh my God, I'm going to die, you can try to flee. And that's based off your quickness. You see the quickness down there? So it gives
we don't know what determines when persuade shows up, or
no, there's a percentage of when it shows up, but it's just random. It's RNG, right? It'll show up. It'll just kind of randomly pop up. They won't say exactly the number, but I try to play games with them where I was like, it's around 15, it's around 10, and they're like, kinda. So I don't know, it's something like that. But it doesn't seem to pop up that much. It might be like 1 in 10, something like that, right? So in season 1, everyone's like, oh, I don't really care about charisma because that doesn't happen a lot. But the thing is, in season 2 now, charisma is built into some of the skills. Like some of the skills I'll show you where it'll be like, hey, you take charisma divided by 4, and then that's the percentage that you get of like, your attack power, whatever it is, right? So everything kind of scales into something. And then quickness is the flee mechanic. If you think you're going to die and you try to flee, it's helpful if your quickness is really high, obviously. So this second season 2 we're in now, everyone's like leveling up quickness pretty much. Like at least the people that are hardcore gamers that are like really like into the game and like pay attention, because not only this game, you can die a lot. And if you die, it's bad. You lose all your gear except for 1 item, and you lose all that quest for the rest of the day. So if I died right now and I have 14 quests left, all those 14 quests would be wasted, but they would still count against me in like the leaderboard. You know what I mean? So when you die, it can be super, super bad, because then you have to go back and get like crappy gear, and then you have to move back to where you're at. So that could cost quests too. So you could lose a whole day or 2 of quests.
Okay, hold on. And as far as gear goes, like where am I seeing what gear?
Here, I'll show you the gears right here. So this is my inventory and all the stuff you can get. So here's like a beastly mask I got. It gives me agility, quickness, and the armor amount is number 2. So that's how much armor it gives you. But there's a proc chance, like how the chance it propagates, right? So if I go to my character, my chance that my armor is going to be used is 17%. So like I'll block for 17% of the time, if that makes sense, right? So it's like the idea, if you're in combat and you see even the girl there, she only has armor in some places. If you struck her and hit her on her arm where there's no armor, it just counts as a full strike. But the chance that you would hit the armor part, it would block part of it, right? So it's kind of like representing that. There's also dodge, where you could dodge the entire attack. So I have 29% dodge. And then parry is basically you're pairing them with your weapon to take away some of the damage too. So that like, could take out all the damage or just part of the damage. Just like same thing kind of as your armor amount. And so the amount that you parry has something to do with like, I think your strength amount and your bonus damage. But so these are all the defensive traits, which to me are the most important ones. Like in this game, because you can die so easily if you don't pay attention, armor is really huge. Plus, if you think about it, the more armor and the more HP you have, the more you can fight without having to heal. And you'd think a lot of people are like, they care more about the striking power and your attack power. But like the thing is, warriors in this game are a little bit more defensive based. And last season they did pretty well. Everyone liked the warriors the most. And because they are able to survive longer. So like I predicted that too. I thought that was going to happen because in games, even if attack and defense are equal, usually defense somehow helps more than attack does for some reason, right? It helps you die less, which is really important.
Right.
It helps like battles, especially because so in these zones, as you go along, there's bosses. And the final boss, when you have to fight them, and they could hit you for a ton. So if you don't have really good armor, they could easily just wipe you off the map in like 2 moves. But if you have really good armor, and you get good rolls, you could keep blocking like for a long time. So my warrior is the only one that beat the final boss last season because he had like super awesome defense.
You were the only one?
No, for my guys, for the heroes that I own.
Okay.
The amount of people that beat the final boss, I don't know how many people beat him, but like the amount of heroes that beat the final boss, I would guess out of like 700 or 800 heroes, it was like 50 that beat the final boss, maybe 100. It was not everybody, believe me. It was not even close. It was like maybe 10, 15, 20% of the heroes beat the final boss. Because it's kind of tough. It's not super easy. Plus, often people have like 4 or 5 heroes, and one of them just ends up doing better than the other ones. There's also a mini boss at the end. There's all different ways that they rate the season and how things go. But basically how the leaderboard goes is each zone, there's 5 zones, and whoever gets to that zone fastest is higher ranked on the leaderboard. So if you get to zone 5 before everyone else, at that point you're ranked number 1, right? It was over 100, they say. Okay, so it was over 100 that beat the boss. Thank you, DOR. That was just my guess. It was around 50 or 100. So, but then the next one is who beats the final boss, and it's the least amount of quests. So even if you're the first person to get there, as far as time wise in real life, that doesn't mean you win. Someone could come tomorrow and have used less quests and still get number 1 on the leaderboard because they didn't heal as much or they just use less quests. It's all about just making smart moves.
What's the player base like? Like how many people are playing this?
So the amount of heroes that are registered right now, we can look at the leaderboard, right? So the leaderboard, we have 760 registered heroes. I mean, that doesn't mean that's how many actual people are playing, but that's the amount of heroes that are registered and actively playing. So like I have 10, some people have 1, some people have more. So like there could be 100, 200 actual 300 people playing. I'm not sure in the game, but 760 heroes are registered for the season and paid the $20 to enter the season. And then you probably want to know the payout system, right?
Well, how long are seasons?
It's 28 days, but they extended it this season by a couple days. So I think this one's 30. And now we're at day 5 or 6 in the season, I think, today. Because they started on the 3rd. Yeah, so today's day 5. The thing is, you have plenty of time, though. Last year, the guy that won the entire season didn't start till day 4 or 5. You know what I mean? So... And then plus they extended it a couple days. So you have absolutely plenty of time. I mean, he won the whole season and he didn't start till 4 or 5 days into the season. And not only that, he took his time. He didn't even play as many moves as normally you would think. He literally would like only play like half of his quests and then stop. Because season 1, they had a rule where like whatever quest you use, that was it. But in season 2, they changed it where if you log in and play at all and hit one quest, you have to use all 15 quests or else you'll lose out on that opportunity. So they every season they're trying to change it so you can't just use the same strategy is what I'm saying. They're trying to make it difficult because at the end of season 1 you could just totally copy this thing that the person did to win and everyone would know like the super alpha to win. So they mixed it all up.
How long has the game been running?
This is season 2. So season 1 was just this last month. So the mint was like a month in like a week ago, basically, when the game started.
But is it like it's like full release date or is like beta or?
It's full release date, but they said season 1 was kind of like a beta because they made a lot of like strategy adjustments to the game, if that makes sense. Like they balanced stuff out that seemed out of whack in season 1, and as season 1 progressed, they would change it as we went. And they were like, but season 2 now we're gonna be locked in, whatever it is, unless it's an actual bug that's breaking the game, like that's causing problems. They're just gonna be like, this is just what it is. So this is the full release, but they're planning on expanding. Like in Town Hall yesterday, we talked about them adding a companion pet that you can get for your character, and as like another NFT drop. And then we've been talking about having a different game mode, like either PvP or continuous mode, or something along those lines, right? Where because this is season mode that gets you engaged to come and play every day, which is probably the best mode that you can have. But people want to have perpetual mode and PvP and stuff like that, so they can do other fun stuff. Flex on people, beat them in one-to-one combat, all that stuff. So the plan is to implement stuff like that, but they just wanted to do a version of the game that works really well and doesn't have any issues, because often with Web3 projects, people come out with a game and half of it just doesn't work, or it's just not good, right? So they want to do one step at a time.
So show me the battle, because I don't think.
Okay, so this is the battle. When I hit it, before I hit attack, I can choose to use a skill if I want. So check this out. I'll use one. I'll use bar projectile, right? And this deals a dice up to 4, and then agility divided by 7. And then it gives a 1 dice up to 4 damage for 2 rounds, right? So I rolled a 1. It's not great, whatever. See, he's got 1 left. So now when I attack him, I missed him. All right, hold on. Let me take... Oh, but I killed him because of my skill. Because my skill does additional damage per round. So I beat him. He did not drop any loot. Wow. Now the thing is, let me turn back off auto roll. I thought I had it off. Okay, so now
they don't always drop loot.
They don't always drop loot. The thing about this game is everything's hard to get. It's not easy to get loot, the good loot and stuff like that. So the thing is, when you get something good, it like feels really good, right? That's the idea. Here I can level up now because my XP, in the bottom left, I have 7 out of 7 XP, and I can now level up. And so I go into this adventure guild thing here, the vendor, and I hit level up. And I can hit a roll where I get extra hit points. So I got 7 hit points. It's actually as high as I can get. That's awesome. And then I rolled a 6, which is dope. I got 6 to add on. So now you can see these are my attributes. Agility is the main attribute for the ranger. It not only gives you critical strike chance, but it also adds into her damage output total, right? So each class, like the warrior, the ranger, and the mage, have a main stat. And so that main stat for the ranger is agility to give them critical hit. And it also helps in their overall like strike ability, like to hit. They don't tell you exactly what it is, but what you can do is you can always monkey with stuff and then look at, your character output for how much damage you do, right? So there's ways to kind of monkey around to kind of see what might happen, especially when you use different items. You can add items, take them off, and see how it affects your attack damage, your chance to crit, stuff like that, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add quickness because that's one of my favorite things. And I'm going to boost my strength because that's low. And yeah, let's just do that. I'm just going to even it out. So confirm there. So I don't have any stats that are super low. Now, last season, people often just only leveled up their main stat and quickness, and that's it. But a lot of these skills have different stuff. You can see this one has agility and bar projectile, and this herbal knowledge uses wisdom, right? So I just upgraded my wisdom to help that out. Or wait, no, I didn't. That was my strength. But anyways, these are the skills. And also, if you see the skills that I haven't even identified this one yet. I could identify that one. These are the skills I could add to my players. I like skill books that I found. Mm-hmm. So Insidious Distraction is a ranger skill. It deals 2 dice that go up to 6, and then it takes your quickness and divides by 5. And then you hit for that amount. And last season, people were using this because as you go through the season and your quickness goes way up as you level it up, as you start hitting people really hard. So that's a really cool one. But I have a whole tier list I made with all these skills. That you saw, I think. And
yeah, I was watching that.
This one used to be like the ultra uber S tier, but now it's just like middle of the pack because of how they adjusted everything. So
it got nerfed.
Yeah, a lot of stuff. They try to make all the skills like pretty even Steven with each other. Like, so they're all fairly sort of even-ish, maybe. Mm-hmm. And there just depends on like the situation. Plus the build you want. If you have a character and you have 2 skills that scale off of wisdom, then you want to level up your wisdom, right? So they're making it so it's more like kind of build based towards what you're kind of going for. So someone like me that has a bunch, I'm going to probably put a lot into quickness, but each of my heroes, I'm going to try probably different attributes to level up to see what works the best, so that they all have a different way to go about the game, because I don't know which one's the best way. So I have the ability to try different stuff. So once you learn a skill here, it'll bind it to your NFT, to the character, and they'll be there forever. So like you'll be able to play later, and even if you sell it or use it in another season, the skill will always be there, right? So once you put it on a character, it's always there. You can have up to 6 skills they learned, and you can also delete skills. See this trash thing if you want to, but I haven't ever deleted any yet. Because if you had 6 and one of them was terrible and you wanted to add a different one, you could delete one and add a different one. But that's pretty much just how skills work. And
what's the summoning? Did you go over summoning?
So summoning is actually I have just one available for summoning. So this is basically it. When you get a summoning shard, when you get a summoning shard or skill book, it'll show up in the loot that you get, and then it'll go here. And then the thing is, like, and then in order to like bind it as an NFT, once you found it, you have to click camp, right? So when you click this camp button, what it does is it takes that shard, it puts it on the blockchain, and then you own it, and then it's an NFT you can see on the blockchain. Because everything you're doing in the game, you can't see it on the blockchain until like you camp and click this button. But also, when you camp, your day's over and you lose all the rest of your quests. So you want to wait to do it till all of your quests are done. It doesn't take a quest, but you just want to wait. So if we go in here, if we go into my wallet, you'll see I have all these 2 shards, and I have these skills and skill books these are all the ones I have not put on any players yet. You know, that's haste, rending blow. It's the ones that you saw a second ago, and then this one I haven't identified yet. But I could identify it, or you can sell it without identifying it. You can just buy skill books off OpenSea and not know what they are and open them up and see what skill you get. There's definitely some that are better than others. So that's pretty much all the stuff you can do here. Oh, shared stash. Sorry. This is the area where if you find here, let me go. If you find an item, like, see, this is a mage wand, but I found it with my ranger. So if you have a mage, but you find a mage wand with your ranger, you can actually send it to them, right? But it costs quest. So if you find a really good item that's like super good, and you're like, oh my God, it's so amazing, I have to put on this on my warrior, you can go here and you can go to your inventory, you can right click and move to stash, and then it'll take 2 quests away from you to do that, right? It's a big cost, so it has to be something really cool. But you can also put stuff in here to save. If you have an item and you're worried about dying and you don't want to lose it, you can put it in here and it'll save it. It's like your treasure chest, right? But it costs 2 quests to do that. So
how do you gain quests again?
Every day the quest refresh. See it down at the bottom where it says 15. So every day when you refresh, because there's a 23-hour timer. If you look at the guys right now, see this timer I have on them? There's 2 hours, 3 hours left. All these timers. Every 23 hours. It's not 24, it's 23, because if it's 24, you get pushed back all the time. So was I using this character? So that's how it works.
Is there any way to increase the amount of quests that you can get per day, or is that just a standard for everyone?
No, there isn't. It's the same for everyone, but they're talking about adding a smelter where you can take your items that you don't want and smelter them, and then you'll get like quests back from them, I think. So so they're gonna try to incorporate
a burning mechanism.
Yeah, like a burning mechanism. The thing is that these are not NFTs right now; they're just in the game. But yeah, you can burn them off, and then they can maybe get quests. They haven't implemented that yet. They're working on that right now. They're working on adding it to the season right now. So it could happen at any point. But there's been no like guarantee we know it's going to happen at this point or whatever. They also were talking about doing a system where your weapons could degrade, and then you'd have to like go to the blacksmith and like fix them. But they're not doing that this season just yet. So they're going to slowly add in lots of the RPG stuff that are just like kind of fun things to have. That might not affect the game a ton, but just little things here and there. As far as right now, right? So this is what happens every day on the reset. Your quest refresh, your HP refreshes, so you get a full heal when you wake up the next day, right? And these skill points that you put into your skills refreshes back up to whatever it is. I have 15, right? So the thing is, what it does is it incentivizes you to use your skills every day. So once they're on your character, see, I have one of this one and one of that one right now because they cost 5 and 4. And I think I used one already. Yeah. So you only get these skill points that you can put into the skills that you have, but every day they refresh so that you can use those same 3 or 4 skills that you have on your character. So like if we go back here and you can see the skills here, I have 1 and 1 left. I had 2 and 1 before.
Yeah.
And so as you go through the day, I try to wait to use them on a really difficult dude. So like the bridge trolls are the hardest in the first zone. So I'm actually going to probably use one on him. Let's use herbal knowledge. So it just healed me for 4.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So it heals me. And I think it gave me another buff also.
So when you're talking about zones, how do you know what zone you're in at the moment?
So like I'm in zone 1. I'll show you that there's these tiles that we can go through and it goes through to different screens. So there's different screens and each zone has different things. There's like mini bosses. Sometimes there's an adventure guild to level up there. Sometimes there's an herbal vendor so that you can heal. So but not every zone has all that stuff. It just depends because you have to then decide if this zone doesn't have an herbalist, I have to go to the next zone and use quests to go heal. So it's even more costly to heal. So then it pushes you to try to go as far as you can without healing, but then you could die, right?
Mm-hmm.
So this troll, I'm kicking his butt pretty good right now. I've got is that a 10-side dice? Let's look. Yeah, so my damage is 5 to 14, which is really good for zone 1 because I have this awesome two-hand. I found 1 dice up to 10, and it has a crit of 2.27 on it. And it gives me 2 hit points. So that's a really nice weapon I found. And this is the fur coat I found. It's not fully fur, but it's got some furriness on it. Isn't that crazy? A wild prairie coat. I just found it today. I was like, dude, there's a fur coat in the game, bro. And so this gives me lots of stuff. I mean, look at all these attributes I get from this coat. Agility, wisdom, quickness, charisma. Yeah, so this is awesome. Kong says Doug is on fire. Diamond Hands is back. What's up, Diamond Hands? So Diamond Hands, have you fought the bridge troll? These are the toughest guys in the beginning.
Yes, he's the one who got me at 1%. I was not expecting it.
Dude, this is the bridge trolls are the ones that keep killing people. The first day we released, 4 days ago? The Discord is just full of people saying I just died. And I was like the first day.
They're more buff this season.
Well, the thing is that people play a bunch of level 1s and they don't realize they're playing a level 4 or 5 bridge troll and they're not even paying attention. And all of a sudden the bridge troll just starts whacking them, right?
Yeah.
This Stag also is really good at dodging. And it has pretty good HP 20 here, right? So my idea, what I'm trying to do here, attendees, as I go through is I'm trying to beat these guys as best I can without losing any HP points to get my experience points up and to hopefully find an item or an NFT, right? Like a skill book or summoning shard can drop from these guys. So and just so you know, this is a Genesis hero. Only Genesis heroes can find a summoning shard. The Rift heroes that cost less, the ones that just got released basically today, those they play the same. They're the same as far as gameplay. Like you have just as good as a chance of winning the season and beating the boss, but they can't find more of the summoning shards.
Yeah,
they can't find any.
They can find skill books, but they can't find summoning charts at all. So the idea is,
so what would be the way to acquire one? You would have to buy one on OpenSea. Yeah, so the idea is,
if you're a Genesis hero holder, you kind of control the supply.
And you can buy them on OpenSea.
You can buy them on OpenSea. So you can buy all this stuff on OpenSea. I'll show you right now. So this is the items. You got magic missile, apply poultice, force shield. These are all these skill books. And these are unidentified skill books. They're second wind for the warrior. So this book that you see is for a ranger, the one with the tree. The one that looks like it has magic on it, this is for the mage, the wizard. And then this one is
click on one. What's the conversion rate on that? Dollars.
So this is $24 for this guy.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And the thing is, you can sell these when you find them too. You don't have to use them on your characters, right? And so this is the cheapest floor summoning charge, $25 right now, and you can use that to summon a new hero, right? And then also this is the items, right? So you can also go to heroes. So the heroes has the Genesis heroes and the Rift heroes here. So the cheapest Rift hero right now is $27, right? So basically it's a little bit more than buying the shard, But when you get the shard, you also have to spend $10 to do the summoning. So it's really like 30 or like add 10, whatever.
35.
Anyways.
Yeah.
But the thing is, though, when you get a summoning shard, you have a chance of getting like a mythical or like a high level character, right?
Go back and sort by price. I want to see what's going for highs.
Yeah, I think this is sorted by price. Let's see.
It's on low. I want to go high to low.
Okay, let's see high to low. So yeah, we got like Genesis heroes that are like 2 or 1.1 ETH. Well, before this week, the floor price for Genesis heroes was like $160 or something, right?
Mm-hmm.
It dipped a little bit down to like $70-$80 once the season started and people started being able to like summon the Rift heroes and stuff. So you can get a Genesis hero for, I think, I wonder, let's go and see. Is there a way to filter by if it's a Genesis hero or not?
Class?
Generation?
No. Yeah, generation.
I don't think it's that.
Would it be a generation 0?
No, you're right. It could be. I think you're right.
Okay.
Yeah, there it is. Okay. Is that the floor right now?
Ooh, the other one got swept up, bro. Someone bought it.
No, the floor is 79. Okay.
Oh, there it is. Yeah.
There it is. The floor was at about 150, but it just went to about $79. So there's only a few of them here for that, I think. It goes up. Yeah, see, it goes up pretty quickly up to like over $100. So like right now, I mean, this is probably going to get bought up pretty soon because now the mint's over with. You can't mint Genesis heroes anymore.
Yeah.
It just ended last night, but you can buy them off OpenSea here. So this is a really good spot right now to get one for only. This is basically like half off what the mint was, right? But if you look at the traits here, the stats, so the Wisdom's 10. So the traits are not super great, right? So she doesn't have really great attributes to start off with. But the thing to keep in mind is at the beginning stats you have are not super important, right? Like if you talk to anyone that ranked high and later in the season, they said like your beginning stats matter a tiny, tiny bit, but the item drops you get and like your decision making matter way, way, way more. Like my item drops I got last season were terrible and I still did pretty well. But I saw people getting so many cool item drops that were just kicking butt and I was like, oh my God, right? So there is a chance to get really, really good item drops. And you can see right now, this is for beginning in the game. This is actually, I'm doing pretty good. This girl is actually might be one of my better heroes for the level that she's at. My ring's not great. I need a better ring, but my shoes are pretty good. I got quickness on them. So right now, my personal thing is I'm trying to get my quickness high. My quickness right now is at 14, which is really good for the zone I'm in, right? So that and right now, see the zone. I'm in this beginning zone. I can go to Eidos, the town, and I can go to the prairie, and they're kind of connected. They're like, it doesn't take a quest to go back and forth because Eidos is part of this zone.
Yeah, but if you go to Mysterious Forest, it will, right?
Yeah, but if I click here to go to the next tile, it'll take a quest. But here, I'll show you what it looks like because my other players are there. So this player is already there. This is the Mysterious Forest. So you've got this first tile lets you go back to the Wild Prairie. The second tile is to go on a quest, meaning to fight the monsters. The third one is the daily monster, like the daily boss. So the daily boss has like a higher drop rate. So there's a higher chance you can get like really good loot from them. And then camping is to like save your NFTs. And then the Follow Waste, this is to go to the next tile to zone 3. Because this is zone 2 right now. So
and since you're in zone 2, if you were to go back to Wild Prairie, it'd be a quest point. Right?
Yeah. If I want to go back and heal, it takes me a quest to go back and then a quest or 2 to heal and then a quest to come all the way back. So that's 3 or 4 quests it takes to heal. So once you're here, if you look at this character, they got 6 to 13 and decent armor and defense, right? They're not too bad, but he's not OP or anything. So I'm going to have to go back and heal once or twice a day. And if I can figure out a way, like using my skills or whatever, because I got 3 firebolts that I can use, which basically just gives a bunch of damage. You're trying really hard to use strategy. So I save my skills for when I fight someone really tough, like someone higher level than me, right? Or then if I don't fight someone higher level, I'll probably save them to like the last 2. Because what ends up happening is often you're left with like, it's like 20 or 30 hit points and you have 1 quest left and it takes a quest to heal. So you can't heal and then play. You just be done. but you could take the risk and play that last
with all
quest
skills
on a monster. If you have enough HP and skills left, you could probably win pretty decently, but a lot of people die doing that too. So like, it's a question. How tough are you? Can you do it? Can you not? So that's kind of how it is. I'll show you some of the monsters here in this land. So this is a mischievous fairy. She's like, do you want to fight me? And so she's arcane. Her chance to dodge is increased by 30%. And so you have to take that into account. I have higher charisma and quickness than her, or that's even. And I have higher damage. I'm totally going to kick her butt pretty easy. But the key is I don't want to allow them to hit me very hard. So if I click over here on this number 3, you'll see it shows you the whole damage readout. The dice damage, their bonus damage, their status effect from the spell they cast, and then my armor, the armor mitigation, the parry mitigation, and my status effect that could come from like a spell I cast. I didn't block any of it, so she hit me for 3. And then see, I'm hitting her for 11. That's awesome. So like, look at that. My dice damage was 6 and my bonus damage is 5, which is really great. So I'm kicking her butt right now. I could kill her right now in this hit, right?
Yeah, one more hit.
She's got 9 left.
Oh, it's over.
Yes, 11.
Yep.
I'm actually doing really great. I'm proud of my mage. That's pretty good. So I didn't get any loot again.
So how well does this play on mobile since it's browser based?
Yeah, it is browser based. It's optimized for mobile. So everything here works just as good on mobile as it does on a PC or a Mac. And they optimized it so people do play just on mobile. The only difference is some of the stuff with mousing over it, like when you mouse over something and it tells you stuff. See how I just moused over a character and it popped it up?
Mm-hmm.
I think there's a different way to do that on the mobile, right? Because you can't mouse over stuff in mobile. So I think you can click on it, and there's like a different way to click on things on mobile. I haven't done it myself, but basically what I'm saying is all the functionality is 100% there. The only thing that's different is mousing over stuff. Mm-hmm. But you don't need to mouse over stuff to play the game. It's just to give you like little things, right? See, when I mouse over this description, it'll tell me that, right? So in the game, you might have to click on it instead of mousing over, I guess. But yeah, so it works in browsers. You can play inside your MetaMask browser.
Yeah.
And wherever you go, just, you're hanging out somewhere on the bus stop or you're at the airport and you just want to play for 5 minutes. You can do it just on your phone.
Or if you're out with friends in the middle of the night,
yeah,
and you're having drinks and you forget that there's only 10 minutes left.
That's right.
You can just hop on there and just play it, and then you just get
so this person
hours.
Says they played on mobile the entire last season almost, and he said everything is vertical. Said everything's vertical, so combat's kind of harder to look at, but it works well. So he said it's not as.
What if you flip it horizontal, your phone? Like,
I think maybe it's only vertical. I don't know. It's a good question, Mac. I haven't played it on my phone.
Yeah, Mac, can you flip it and it'll go back to landscape instead of portrait, or will it stay on?
Yeah, I'm not sure. It might only be vertical. I don't know.
Let's see if it'll reply.
But he says according to RMax, everything works great.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like a fun game to play on mobile while you're out doing stuff.
When you're just chilling and you got some time, yeah, you can just click. You just click on. I mean, this thing. I have a lot of mobile games I have on my phone right now that are just click on stuff, right? Oh, look who's here, Johnny.
I would play these rather than the mobile. What's up, Johnny?
Johnny's here. Hey, Johnny, we got 8-bit attendees in the house. This is Johnny. He's one of the Sage investors on the project, and Johnny's got one of the whale. He's got what do you got? Like 60 heroes, bro?
Oh, he's a whale.
Too many.
Not the whale.
Too many.
He said more than 64.
More than 64. Johnny, do you have any free time left? That's my question.
No. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, good. No, I don't have enough. I don't have enough time to quest ever. Someone have to.
You gotta do like Grady and get children and just like farm it out,
I do have children, but I don't trust them. They would kill my heroes.
You like get away from my bags, dude.
They'd go into battle at 5 HP.
That's right. They would just be going at like the final boss with 3 HP.
It'd probably be better than me. I actually kind of crapped out at the end of season 1. I had a bunch of stuff happen at once, so I didn't beat the final boss with any of them.
What?
I got all of them to the doorstep
with none of them.
I have, like I said, I got kids. I just fell apart. So season 2, I'm like, okay, we're gonna take.
This is like a reality TV show. Can any of Johnny's heroes make it to the end? I almost beat it with all of mine, but the problem is that I had 4 heroes, and one of them beat him, and the other 3 died both twice right before the final boss. And I was just like, otherwise I probably would have beat him with all of them, but anyways, maybe not. Whatever.
Yeah.
It was a good time.
It's nice to meet you, 8-bit tendies. Sorry, and Diamond Hands. Diamond Hands, I've
Yes,
seen
sir.
you before.
Yes, sir.
Nice to meet you,
Good
man.
to see you, Johnny. By the way, 8-bit, love the name.
Thank you, man. I worked on it for a while. Landed on the perfect name for this industry.
Yes, sir.
That's right. I always tell people got to bring their snacks to the stream.
Bring the tendies.
It's a good time.
So what are you guys doing? Are you questing? Are you?
We've been showing 8-bit tendies the game. We went through a whole walkthrough of how the game works, basically.
Doug's been shelling me this on Twitter, and finally I jumped on to see what it's all about.
I need at least one new friend, 8-bit tendies, okay? Just at least one new friend. But I like playing all the games. I'm gonna go probably stream other games later and other things too, right? But I've been spending. I know I'm on the team for this game. Me and Grady are like the relationship people who bring in other things, right? But the thing is that our job description is not influencer streamers. Our job is other stuff, kind of, but this is part of it, sort of, right? They know that we do this. So it's like, and I love streaming and hanging out with the community here because this game has been built from day one to support and be for the community. It's like everything I believe Web3 is all about. And when I found out who the guys were building the game and our mutual friend Flu, Johnny was involved, I was like, oh, this is the kind of thing I want to jump in on. And I had been part of like DeFi Kingdoms, but it was so much to do and it's so complicated and it's not really a lot. There's not like fun things to do. This was kind of like a scaled down, just fun version of that, sort of, not directly like a version of it, but it's basically like a fun game with cool graphics that you can actually play. And you have Genesis heroes, just like DeFi Kingdoms, where you can then control the market and make more heroes. So there's like these elements I saw in Web3 that worked really well in other places. And like the Genesis heroes in DeFi Kingdoms like 100x or something, right? And I was like, this is super cool because I just want to play games and like beat up dudes. You know, that's what I want to do.
So 8-bit tendies is not. He doesn't have a hero yet.
No, I don't think he does. No.
I jumped into a few of his streams and I was listening to him do his tier list and whatnot, but I never really looked into the game. I mean, today I got a decent breakdown of what the game is. So
and now the entry to it is like a lot cheaper than it was a week ago. A week ago, you had to get a Genesis hero that was like $150. Now you can go and get a Rift hero on OpenSea for like $27 if you want to.
Or you can get a Genesis hero for
$79.
If you're careful.
For like $80. No, we went over that just now. We were just in there.
Blew my mind.
Yeah, like literally right before you came on here, I'll show you. This is what we were actually looking at. Was this? See, we were literally looking at these dudes. You can get
nice.
It goes up quickly, but you can get one for $79 right now, which is almost pretty much half off of what the mint price was. But it goes up real fast. You'll see. And as we go, now the mint's gone, so you can't even mint them. So when Degens and Dragons,
oh yeah,
so
that's have a Dungeons and Dragons game.
Degens and Dragons. That's a perfect name.
I once upon a time played Dungeons and Dragons with Ren Pen, and I'm the DM, and I have been failing at scheduling the next one. We're supposed to set it in the Eidos, like in the game. Like we're gonna use all the.
We got to do that. I want to do that. I want to stream that. We're going to do that.
Yeah, I'm down.
Cool.
Ren Pen, I'll do it soon. We're back from family vacation. I'm ready to roll.
So I also have gear. I found cool D&D gear that what's his name, Joe Manganiello makes, the dude from True Blood, who he runs all the Hollywood D&D games and stuff. He's like the biggest badass in the world. And he's like the #1 dungeon master. Then we went over the tier list earlier too, all the skills with Grady and Diamond Hands. We all talked about that stuff too, right? So there's all that stuff of like tier lists and everything. And
I just sold 2 skill books for $25 each within like 5 minutes of listing them.
There you go.
Wow.
Really?
So I've got 50.
Were they unidentified?
They were identified. They were good ones. There was Berserk, Drowse.
Oh, really?
Ooh,
That's good to hear. I'm glad that the second market's moving because it was slow for a bit because there was adjustments being made, but now people are jumping on that.
But yeah, now I got 50 USDC to hatch some shards.
Yeah. Oh, you want to do it live? Let's do it. Let's have some shards.
Oh, sure.
Do it live on here.
Sick.
Rempen says you're the best. Rempen won all the giveaways so far, pretty much.
Rempen. I won't say. I may or may not be using Renpen to help me quest some of my heroes.
Yeah.
Renpen is a G.
Yo, I'll be back. Hold on, I'll be back.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
No worries.
All right, let me share my. Let me clear out all my pornography real quick.
I like this guy.
Where the heck is my?
I'm gonna take a shot to the sharding.
Hang on. Why isn't it sharing my screen?
I'm actually gonna go pick up gaming. Okay. I actually found a gaming computer for a really good deal on Facebook with a fucking 4070 and an 8G RTX, brother.
Oh shit! Just be careful. Make sure it's legit.
I mean, oh yeah, this dude works in like graphic design, and I'm gonna make him like make sure it works and play it for me and stuff.
All right, I think I'm sharing my screen.
Yep, I'm gonna bring it up right now.
Okay, so let's do it. I think I can do like 5, and I'm gonna keep a couple shards on ice because I like to sprinkle them around to people who are cool. All right, let's do summon number 1. I've summoned 2 already. I got a common ranger and a rare mage.
Fuck yeah.
Renpen says scholar to the sage. Does that mean Renpen's the scholar and you're the sage? How's that work? This cool stuff.
I have no idea.
But let me tell you something right now. The world of D&D and the creativity involved. I watched Vin Diesel's Dungeons and Dragons games. I've watched like Joe Manganiello. Like it's literally like A-list level acting talent, right? They have the voices. You have the whole thing. It's like being like in improv, really.
Can I tell a story real quick?
Sure.
About Renpen? Renpen is a great player because Renpen's somewhat charismatic, IRL.
Yeah.
Also a musician. And
what?
So
Renpen, get on here right now. All right,
yeah.
hold on.
So Renpen was playing the bard, right? Oh yeah, Diamond Hands. And literally it was like, I can't remember how exactly it got set up, but they were going to they were framed for stealing all the jewel from this. This was back when we had it in DFK lore.
Whoa.
And they were framed for like stealing all of the jewel from the bank, right? And they were going to have like a public trial. And if the public found them guilty, they were going to be like sent to death, right? And
oh my God,
her character got one chance to do a performance in front of the town hall to like sway public opinion. And Renpen legit whipped up a song, like a rendition of American Idiot with words changed to like,
dude,
on the spot, sang it. Then I said, all right, roll your performance check. Rolled a 20, nat 20, and swayed the whole town.
She won't come on. It's too much pressure now. No, let's pump it up, the pressure even higher.
A
this is what I'm
legend
talking about
amongst
in
men.
D&D. There's so many people that are so talented. Renpen, let me tell you something. My whole film career started in college hanging out with Dungeons and Dragons dudes that were making videos with me. And now they're fucking famous and working on that Tonight Show. They're like, one of them is the voice of Darth Vader in the video games. Okay. When you play Star Wars video games, most of them are Matt Sloan's voice because he was Chad Vader. And dude, I'm telling you, man, like the amount of creativity and inspiration and fun, it's so cool because you let loose. You're just in this world. And I've been watching all these videos of like Adam Savage, the dude from like Mythbusters, and all these people going around the world and looking at D&D builds and people making all the sculptures that make the sculptures for like the movie The Labyrinth. They're now making like D&D, like big like things you can buy. It's like freaking like a kid's dream. Like if you had that stuff as a kid, you'd just be dead. You'd be like, oh my God, like my game room, my garage, you just be like in heaven. Like I remember collecting G.I. Joe characters and stuff, but there's a whole nother level of just badass cool stuff.
Yeah. So we'll have to fire that back up. All right, so let's do it. Let's do a couple shardies.
Let's do it. Renpen, if you come on right now, I'm going to send you a cookie, all right?
Ooh.
Give you a cookie.
Oh, I hope I have enough.
And also you can zoom in on this too, I think, too, if you want to. It'll help us see a little bit.
That better? Oh, almost 666. It's 667.
Oh. Is that the number of Rift heroes that have been summoned?
I don't know if that was.
So we just passed the number of the beast.
That might be the number of.
Is the cookie foam? Yeah, Ren Pen. You already won enough stuff. I almost thought I was going to give Ren Pen something, but every time we have a giveaway, she wins. So like that's not even fair.
Oh, so she's like Croissant.
Yeah. She's like the D&D version of Croissant, basically. Yeah.
Right, let's see. Oh, we got a
uncommon. Oh, uncommon. Beautiful.
I love the green. It looks good.
Yeah, it looks amazing.
The forest background.
It's all about the stats at the end of the day. So what's it looking like?
Flip it over. What do you
16,
got?
baby.
What? 16, baby.
There we go.
Okay.
And look at 8, 9 too. That's
Kenny,
nice.
He just summoned his Rift Hero. He got 16 agility, which is
the highest.
That's a cap.
Yeah.
There
we go. Capped off.
Wow,
dude. A great summon.
And that's a great rendition and explanation that the
We've
rarity
had 108 Rift Hero summon.
Almost doesn't matter. It's the stats that do.
All right.
16. Okay, so summoning just went active this morning at like 9 a.m. my time or whatever, and they said that we now have 106 Rift Hero summoned since this morning until now.
Here comes 107.
Wow. Comes out.
This next one's going to 8-bit tendies. This one's yours.
What?
Oh,
8-bit tendies, you're gonna get a hero, bro.
Oh snap! Let's see.
Let's go mythic. Let's go mythic.
It's gonna be a warrior. Watch.
It's thinking for a while. It's digging deep right now. It's like
what? It's like for 8-bit tendies, we got to pick the right one.
It's like what should tendies get?
It's gonna be a common.
Tendies use purple a lot. I hope it's a mythical so it matches you.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I hope it's purple.
Yeah,
watch it be purple.
It's not gonna be purple. Don't get our hopes up.
I'm just saying 8-bit tendies is bring good vibes. You know what I'm saying? He watches the show from his couch on his like big TV all the time. He's the #1 viewer of this show, and now he's on the show. All right.
Pretty much. I contribute to most of your watch time.
Yeah, it's a watch time.
Why is this taking 3 confirmations? It's killing me.
It does make you confirm a lot on the old blockchain. Luckily, Arbitrum's cheap. It's like 10 cents per transaction to gas fees. This thing might be the thing I love most about this game is gas is like 8 cents all the time, and I'm just like, oh god, so much better than ETH.
Oh, it would not be possible on ETH. All right, here we go. Here is 8-bit tendies, new hero.
Oh,
Bastion Holiday.
He got some purple right there. He got purple.
He does have purple. He has got the purple thing.
We should have specified.
Yeah, we should have specified.
15 wisdom.
15, dude.
What?
9 strength.
Dude, this is better than any
killer
of the
hero
I've had.
Oh my god.
Smart.
4, 5,
Smart.
6, 7, 8. This is like a 48 overall.
What?
Stat. This
That's
is a
better
good
than any of the summons I've had in my whole career.
I pulled 2 14s, and now we got a 16 and a 15.
You got a 48 total? Dude, that's better than any of my heroes.
total.
Yeah.
Bastion
Pretty
Holiday.
lucky, huh?
See, bro, that's how I was trying to put that energy in there, man.
Yeah, we got it.
Yeah.
There we go. 48 out of 56 possible stats. Look at that, dude. That is amazing.
Wow.
This year, I've been getting like 36 and 38 the whole time.
Nice. You're on Twitter. We'll DM I'll send it.
Yeah.
Let's
go. So just so you know, 8-bit though, like this is an Arbitrum, so you got to add it to your MetaMask and then have a little bit of ETH on there for gas and stuff. And USDC, just a little bit of USDC. The key is the USDC on Arbitrum is different. It's Arbitrum USDC, so it's USDC.E. But if you have any issues, we can fix it. Whatever.
I'm sure he knows what he's doing.
It's not a big deal because it's all on ETH anyways. So like it's a layer 2 Ethereum thing, so it's all the same Ox address. So
what a pull!
Great pull.
That was a great pull. That was great on
crossing.
screen. We're gonna have to make a tweet about that. Some dope. A dope mage. And that's the thing too is 8-bit is that this season the mages might be the most powerful one in the class.
Oh, word?
It could be. It's because they have a lot of powerful spells and skills.
I'm down. I get to play now.
All right, we're cracking another one.
Well, the key is that end boss, man. Like you heard that Johnny couldn't beat the end boss with 64 characters. So if you get like some dope skills, you can beat that end boss.
Arbitrum.
Yeah, it's a hard game. It's a hard game. Like, not only is it hard to defeat, it's hard to defeat efficiently in a way that you can beat the other people playing.
Like, I thought none of my heroes were even near the top 10, not even close. And when I beat the final boss, I got like rank like 12, and I was like, oh my God. But then eventually more people finished, and I got down to like 20 something. But like, that guy had already died even once, and I still got in the top like 27.
Here's the other thing too. I didn't beat the boss with any of my heroes, and I got like 400 USDC prize money.
I won like $100. And
Whoa. Is that because of the total or just one got 400?
All of them together.
Yeah, all of them together.
Okay.
Yeah,
that's tough.
But I only had 4 heroes, and I got $100. So
common.
There you go.
A good sell. I have good game and good sell.
Ooh, I like the good game one.
Hold on. I wasn't paying attention. So how do you earn again in the game?
The leaderboard. So at the end of the season, it depends. It's how many quests that you have taken to defeat the final boss, or how many quests it took you to get to like the last zone.
And is there just a pool that's always been being given away at the end of each season?
Yeah. So the prize pool last season was 13,000, and this season is going to be pretty similar total. So like it goes like the top 60% of players at least get something back.
Okay. Where's the funds for the prize pool generated from?
It's from the season fees that everyone pays.
Okay, because everyone has to pay $20. Okay.
So it's competition. Like some people are going to lose out and make less money, like considering their season fees. But if you're really good at the game, you're going to win. Because the problem is that so many things in crypto are about everyone winning, but the problem is then you just inflate everything and it's worth nothing. So
I think if you just play until the end, you'll make money because there are some fall off. People just pay their $20 and they just don't finish. If you play through, and we're talking about like 5 minutes a day per hero.
Plus, you have to consider you can sell the skill books and the NFTs you find, right? So, or you can
keep
purple. Whoa, there's a mythical warrior, bro. I want that. Killin. What's his name? Killin?
Callan.
56 out of 56 coming up.
56.
No, not quite.
No,
but actually kind of nerfed.
He's
all my purples are not good.
Yeah,
but it's purple, baby. Purple Rift.
So the thing about the rarity on these, common versus uncommon, there is a tiny small difference in their ability to find NFTs in the game, right? But it doesn't affect like the actual battles. But the difference is very tiny.
Wow. It's almost cosmetic. It looks really cool.
It's kind
How many mythic Rift heroes are there?
I haven't seen any personally yet, but who knows? Could be the first one. Congrats.
Look at that, baby. I'll put it in the Discord.
By the way, I clipped 8-Bit Tendy's poll and I just tweeted it. That was crazy.
You just tweeted it? Okay, let me go look at your tweet.
I know Kung Fu. Yeah, drop the Twitter handles in the chat here.
Oh yeah. I usually put them in the description. I'll add yours, 8-Bit Tendies, to the I'm gonna add your Twitter handle to the description in the YouTube right now too, and in the thing here. Let me get it.
Oh, there we go. Diamond Hands 369 Diamond Hands.
I'll add yours right now in the description for the YouTubes.
Hey, I'll DM you.
Okay.
Sorry I didn't get you the purple. I mean, rules is rules.
It's all good. Dude is in all black, and he got a little bit of purple. I'm in all black. I got a little bit of purple. Yeah.
Like you will go further with that one. That green one is a better hero.
I'm putting all of your Twitter handles in the description right now.
Awesome. I just commented it in the chat.
Thank you for doing that. Hold the future. There you are. I usually do it beforehand for everyone, but I think
last reveal for the day. We ready? Can we get double purple? I'm feeling a common.
Is this like the equivalent of an unboxing video?
Yeah,
he felt the common.
Christina,
yeah, this isn't unboxing.
Soul.
It's like opening Yu-Gi-Oh card packs.
Yeah.
15. That's a good hero. 8, 15, 8, 8, 4. I like it. That's a good hero.
That's tough.
That's a good one. I love the Rift Heroes.
Yeah, I like the artwork for them a lot. I actually like the artwork for them better than the 101s that they made.
It's like the evolved, but still
there's
the
like
101s
101s that they made.
are older.
Nice.
Okay, now the description should have all that stuff in it.
This is my favorite guy right here, Houston Sales. He looks like he just came right. It's like Houston Sales.
Houston Sales?
He's like came right out of corporate America right into.
That's funny.
Right into Dragon's Crossing.
So if you click on show more
to Web3.
If you click on show more in the description below the video right there on YouTube, it'll show 8-Bit Tennies, Dime Hands, Johnny, all their handles. In fact, and also let me add I'd mint that because she's dope and the official co-host of the show now, I guess.
I hope they did her internet justice.
All right, I'm gonna get into some of this questing. Foul waste unlocked. Oh shit! What do you do with this Lovecraftian monster?
A horror,
nothing good.
I usually use body language, grunts, and hand gestures to convince it to leave.
Man,
what are the possible outcomes on this one?
Go hard.
All right, here we go. Oh, there we go.
All right, that's good.
Nice.
Hey, Shadow.
Ooh, this guy's hardcore.
Whoa. This guy was around when the Declaration of Independence was written.
Guy, you don't mess with this guy.
That's the Beastmaster. Hey, remember that movie, The Beastmaster? Yeah.
Damn.
Ooh, he looks tough.
Sickly underlich. About to make him my under bitch.
Is that one shot? Damn.
All right, so we're leveling up. Back to Eidos.
So 8-Bit Tendies, I'm picking up a computer today that's like an old workstation that someone put a 4070 RTX in. Isn't that hilarious?
What are you using now?
I have a MacBook Pro M1 Max that's like ridiculously over the top. It was like $4.
I got the same shit right now.
Are you? Yeah, I can't play games on it though, really. So.
Yeah, I bought a PC specifically so I could play some of these Web3 games.
We're like the same fucking person, dude. That's literally what I'm doing. I'm like, yeah. I love my Mac so much, but it doesn't play DirectX 12 on it. But there is the Whiskey project that's actually working on a workaround so you can play DirectX games on your Mac.
Oh yeah.
How's that workaround going to be? Like, is it a browser? Is it a new software? What is it?
It's a program, but there's a Discord called Whiskey. You can go in it. They're working on. They're literally putting out updates daily on it. But you have to, in order to use it, you have to have a beta version of an operating system for Mac, the one that you have to download from their website in its beta form. So I haven't done that yet because I don't want to put a beta OS on my computer.
Yeah.
And plus, they only have like a handful of games the Whiskey works for so far, like 4 or 5 games, I think. I'm not sure, but they're gonna be kicking butt soon. Regardless, I'll just get a little bitty old gaming computer.
This Hermit is the one that gets me usually in this.
Yeah, you can get a pretty decent one at Best Buy for like $1,400-$1,200.
I am spending like $600, sir, and I'm getting an old workstation with a 4070 RTX in it, bro.
What I do is I still use my Mac to stream. I just take I take a capture card from my PC, plug it into my Mac, and then that way I can still use the Mac for everything.
Maybe that's what I'll do. So is the capture card in your PC that you're using?
No. It's an external one. It's an Elgato 4K capture card.
Oh, nice. Maybe send me that. I might have to get that because I was thinking about that. I want to use my Mac for everything, but just the PC for gaming.
I got Streamlabs set up on my Mac, and then I just have another screen while I just put my games, and then I'm good.
Dude, you're like a savior. You're gonna give me so many tips. Okay, so I haven't had a Mac since I had a Hackintosh. I've seen our PC tower since I had a Hackintosh like 10 years ago, bro.
Nice ring.
So,
let's see if
I love Macs because I'm a video editor. So
yeah, me
this
too.
Is a beast.
You did mention the whole filming thing. Yep. I use DaVinci Resolve.
I was just gonna say, which do you like more, Final Cut or DaVinci Resolve? And from that reaction, I'm guessing Final Cut.
I mean, I haven't tried DaVinci, but I used to use Adobe Premiere a lot, and I moved over to the Final Cut, which is to me way better performance-wise, and it's more intuitive. But I know DaVinci has a lot more functionalities than Final Cut. But for what I do, I don't need it.
Well, the thing about DaVinci Resolve is everyone's moving to DaVinci Resolve because it has like all the cutting edge stuff in it, and you can get it for free too. You don't have to buy it and everything. And Blackmagic's just super amazing. I used to use Final Cut, then I switched to Premiere, then I switched to DaVinci Resolve. Basically, things. There's
a
that
learning curve on it.
There is a little bit.
So is DaVinci Resolve more like Premiere than it is more like Final Cut?
It's hard to say. It's way different, but to me, it's just so much easier to use, but it's more powerful. The special effects node stuff is where it gets tricky. I went through and took all the classes to be officially like certified or whatever. Man, like it's the special effects stuff is actually like pretty awesome and cutting edge. It's the node system that you'd see in stuff like the stuff at the Hollywood level, like special effects softwares.
Is the node stuff like where like it connects?
Yeah,
like you create. Like that I remember seeing that and I was like, nah, too complicated.
But if you look at all the actual like professional special effects softwares, that's how they work.
Yeah,
the ones that are better than like After Effects, So like basically what they did was they put Anyways, that's just kind of how it's built. So it's one of those things. I own After Effects and all that stuff too, but I like DaVinci Resolve a lot, and I also just love that Blackmagic cameras like a lot.
I'm a Canon guy.
I own Canon also and Sony. My camera I usually use for streaming is an A7S III, but when it comes to filmmaking, the image quality and just the feel you get from Blackmagic is like closer to film almost than it is to like video. It's amazing and magical.
Using the Sony right now for your webcam?
No, I'm using my camera on my MacBook because there's been some buggy things happening with the connection with my Sony. My Sony's right there, but when I upgraded to my operating system on my Mac, it's not connecting correctly.
You know what's good? What I'm using right now, the Insta360. It's it's 4K and it's like one of the best webcams out there. I used to use my Canon, but this thing is like almost as good.
Yeah, maybe I'll do that so it's just easier.
Yeah,
but I like
to
do some crazy stuff with it too.
Look at it. It tracks.
Oh, it tracks you. Oh, there you go.
See?
Oh, that's fun.
And I can zoom out. I could do portrait.
Oh, you can zoom in?
Zoom in, zoom out, portrait. I can do hand gestures and it will zoom in and zoom out. So it's pretty cool.
I would be messing with that all the time. That's cool. I like that. Super professional. I might do some more streaming later today. I might try out that Grand game, whatever that everyone's been playing. That's like a MMO.
What? The what?
It's the one that Aaron is playing. You have to you had to get like an access code to be like a beta tester influencer person or something. So I have one. They sent me one, but I didn't have a PC to play it on because you have to have DirectX 12 capability.
Well, when you get your PC, we'll play some Superior. We'll play some other games too. You can jump on the channel.
Yeah, play some. Yeah, do all this stuff. Metapixel. It's called where is it? Grand Saga. It's like some Korean big MMO that was big in Korea and stuff in Asia, and then they turned into a Web3 game also. Johnny, are we helping you quest right now? You got to quest all your freaking heroes, man.
Some of them are.
Kong just died. What's up, Kong?
I got a major upgrade.
I think Jet and Grady are on the stream right now. Are they?
Hey, Doug. Earlier, Johnny got a Sphinx, and if you choose the wrong option for the Sphinx, you get 1% health, regardless of what you're at. Yeah.
But it was my last quest for the day, so it was all good.
Oh
yeah. Well, sometimes the Sphinx, they take your health away. There's so much stuff that just totally messes you up, man. There's crazy. A treasure box that can give you 2 XP.
That's my favorite item. The rest of mine have been used. I gotta wait.
KG was playing this game the other day, Grand Saga.
You said KG?
Yeah, KG was playing this game the other day. I was watching.
My boy.
Yeah, I might play some of that. I just want to do a bunch of more gaming stuff.
Looks interesting. Reminds me of like Fantasy Star Online.
Yeah, it kind of is like that. And it's funny, people that are playing are grinding like crazy. Like they are playing 24 hours a day. It's like full on World of Warcraft thing where like the people don't even eat or sleep. They're just fucking grinding.
It's pretty good. Interesting. And it's Web3.
Guys,
yeah, it's a Web3 game. They remade it for Web3, I guess.
have you guys heard of the game My Pet Hooligan?
Yeah. I haven't played it yet. Apparently it's good.
Dude, the NFTs have skyrocketed and it's so good. They're now partnered with Amazon Prime Gaming and they're just going all the way up. I'd really check it out.
Yeah, but didn't they just drop on the Epic launcher, right? Or something like that?
Oh, probably. See, I wouldn't even be surprised. They got great things coming, man.
I was watching that.
Yeah, it's on the Epic Game Store now. My Pet Hooligan. Well, it's coming soon. Yeah, they're legit.
Yeah,
also,
looks
guys,
like
shout out Hyperplay. You know, they're a Web 2 company that went Web 3. Definitely check them out.
My Pet Hooligan.
Yeah, it's like $1,200 for their floor price on Pet Hooligan. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
It's crazy because like the thing is that we don't want gaming to feel like a chore so much because that's I think what sometimes happens in Web3. You play a lot of these games and they're not really fun and it's just like people are like, oh, we're just playing them and then you don't even get very much of a payout. So I like stuff like Dragon's Crossing where I can log in and play for 5 minutes and then or whatever and just be done with it. Or I can sit there and mess around and think about stuff forever. Maybe sometimes I can even use my imagination, tendies. Sometimes, not always. Hey, I just noticed I saw the chicken tender back in the neon sign back there in the background.
Oh
now
shit!
You're bigger.
The chicken drum.
Chicken drum, bro.
Yes,
that
sir.
is what I call a gaming setup. Is that a Gala game symbol behind you too? What is that other one?
Sir.
Yes, sir. I'm on brand, baby.
Are
I
you
got
an
right here.
What is that?
Yeah, I saw that.
Are you an official Gala Games influencer?
No, I'm not a paid influencer, but I am. I'm one of their artists for the Gala Music. Platform.
That's super cool.
You make music, bro?
Yeah, I'm a hip hop artist. I got 3 songs on there that sold out in the last few months.
What?
That's awesome, man.
Nice.
We got to
How did I
collab.
not
I'm
know
gonna send
this?
you some stuff.
Oh yeah, nice.
Tendies, I need a more intro music for my show too. So like, you know, I have all the rock and roll stuff, but like
You need more. You need more than the crazy rock and
look,
roll.
all that matters is that we're having a good time and kicking some ass, right? I mean, I'm into all the genres. Like when I'm not here, I'm at like all the raves and shit. All my friends are DJs and shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like, whatever, bro. We're here to have a good time.
You have a very Adult Swim vibe, or like a Tim and Eric.
Yes, but like, yeah, you see, like, dude behind me, it's very Adult Swim, but I also fucking really mean business and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, well, it's funny you mentioned Tim and Eric because that show Chad Vader that I helped produce like 20 years ago, we literally competed like neck and neck with Tim and Eric. Like they were
really,
on YouTube.
Yeah, that's what you remind me of. Like you're good on camera. Like you should have like your own hosted show where you do.
That's what I'm trying to do is build
things.
into like more of a fun, just like fun shows. Because you look at people like Dr. Disrespect, he just makes a gimmick. He has like 4 cut phrases he uses, and that's it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I really like guys like him. He's funny. He's not overly mean to people. It's all you can tell. It's all a gimmick. He's just a cool dude. Whereas like a lot of influencers are actually just dicks. You know, so like I love people and Stash. Stash is great. In fact. Yes. That other day when all that happened with Stash, and then he comes in, he starts flexing on me, and he's all like putting like, and then we found out that the dude was like that. On-chain was talking about Stash, and we're just like, you're fighting Stash, the guy, the least chilly guy ever. I mean, he does get paid to do stuff, but he's not out there being like, everybody buy this. Like, he doesn't give a fuck. He's just like, whatever, bro.
Yeah. He wasn't even a Gala sponsor because he was making it seem like
on it, dude. I was like, I'm done with you, bro. Like, are you
On-chain lost his damn mind, man. He's going on a downward spiral.
Well, I think he's been like that the whole time. He goes on his like pulpit where he tries to be better than everyone. Yeah. It's weird because he's like says stuff that you want to agree with, like, oh, most influencers are kind of scammers. Well, yeah, in Web3 that's kind of true, but don't go out there and be like all of you fire and brimstone, dude. Like you're just being like a jerk.
All right, fellas, I gotta drop before we get sued for defamation.
We're gonna defame everyone, Johnny. Now
If you do get sued, give me a call. 8-bit Tendies, nice to meet you. I DM'd you, send me your OX, and good luck with season 2.
Oh, okay. All right,
we'll
man.
be doing more of
Appreciate
these shows. We'll do a more like tier list stuff where we can go over the skills and ape it. If you're around, you can check out. We can see what the skills do. What are the best? We'll break down like the individuals classes. So you have a mage, we could be like, what are the best skills for the mages? And you can like, if you want, you can even wait for that to get a skill for them and just check it out. I'm the type of person I'll take a beat and just see what's going on, what the lay of the land is. Then maybe.
Well, I mean, yeah, I should just bring you on my channel, and then you could do like an overview of what this game is. Like, if
great.
you want to
Yeah,
introduce it. Yeah, and then you come on a channel and explain the game.
I need to get like a neon thing though, man. Like I need a fucking neon something.
I think you got the vibe. Even though you see some of the green screen, I think that's the right vibe. It's
is it? I know, yeah. Well, when I use my actual green screen on my camera, it looks amazing. But like today, it was just bugging out, so I had to use my thing. But yeah, you're right. Part of my thing is that like even
it's
when
semi-professional, it's a little Hackintosh.
It's basically the idea is that like I'm what's cool. It doesn't. I don't need to be like perfect. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like it's the vibe and the fun of it. It's like. Because I realize when like you can do so much with green screen and technology now and AI, like it doesn't matter like how much money you have or like whatever things. All that matters is like, are you smart and do you have a cool vibe? Like it's all in your brain, right? That's all that matters.
Yeah,
100%.
yeah.
That's what we got to push.
Right, but I think it fits your style. All you need now is like cheesy like explosion graphics and things that come up on.
I mean, now. If you like explosion graphics, I never used any. Introducing Dragon's Cross a little bit.
You are watching Hype TV, the meta
fan of Wayne's World.
You are watching Hype TV, the Metaverse Access channel.
Let me bring you up to speed.
So if anybody
100%.
Dude, I'm telling you, like I've been busting my butt behind the scenes to try to make this amazing show. And every time I take a step forward, I'm like trying to do some cool stuff. And I'm like, oh, that's so hard to do. And I'm working on it. It's not working out. But then the thing, though, is that if you just do shit, and eventually I'm just like, you know what? My favorite things in the world are like Wayne's World and this kind of shit. Where Wayne's World's awesome, but if you watch him play guitar, he doesn't even play the guitar really. He just kind of goes, he has Mike Myers has no idea what the fuck he's doing ever. But he's so amazing, right? Like he's just the coolest motherfucker. They're in the car, headbanging.
It's a confidence.
He
it's a confidence
made
that he
cool again by himself, right?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
It's the fact that he's having fun, what he's doing, and he loves what he's doing, right? He's not
right.
He's like kind of this bullshit joke comedy guy, but he's not bullshit. He actually really fucking likes what he's doing. So that's what I really love. When I was a kid, Wayne's World was like my favorite movie by far, and like also is kind of a parallel. They had the show in the basement. We have like our streaming show, right? Mm-hmm. And Mike Myers actually became successful because he went on to cable access TV shows in Toronto. That's how he started. And he had the Wayne's World character. And they would have contests, and he would go on his Wayne's World and do the same exact gimmick he did on Saturday Night Live, and he killed. And then he got discovered and went and did all this stuff. So, like, that was some bullshit, crappy cable access show, right? And but he showed up and just kicked major ass, and look what he's doing now. He's like the fucking king of the world, all the movies and stuff. So my point is, as goofy and stupid as people might think something is, people might think it's amazing. Now, dude, there's people I know personally. I find them on YouTube randomly, and they're blowing up and have millions of viewers, and like they're doing like fucking music videos and all kinds of shit, and you're just like, what? Like, it's so cool to see the imagination.
Awesome. So Doug Hype is next, basically.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure.
We're gonna be doing more of that stuff and having fun with it.
Doug Hype is next. Yeah.
Doug Hype is next. Doug Hype is now.
The next is now. We're doing it now. It's all about confidence because, you know, working in Hollywood too, you work with all these people and that are like super successful or superstar celebrities, and you realize like confidence is like 90% of it, and just public perception, right? Of course, if you're an actor, musician, you have to have some talent, but you know, making people comfortable on camera, being able to speak well and just have presence. That's what I've done my whole life, is help people do that and direct them. But I was never really the person on camera so much, but I was still doing that role just behind the camera. So when Web3 came out, I was like, oh, I'm just going to now jump on camera and just get crazy.
I want to see more videos though, because you got a lot of live streams, but your last upload was a month ago. We need more videos. That's how you're gonna build. This,
well, I just did the
channel up.
Dragons one for Dragons Crossing last week, but it's on their channel, not mine.
Right. Yeah.
The promo video that goes over Dragons Crossing and stuff. You're right. No,
my ears blow out every time you fucking do that.
R.I.P.
I'm gonna do it more. R.I.P. ears. that one video took me a whole weekend of like 48 hours straight of work, right? Just for that one little 30-second video. And so it's funny because Brown Gent's like, Doug, I just sent you this to do the voiceover for, and I just sent him back this epic video, and he was like, what the hell? And I was like, I'm sorry, dude, but if my name's on it, I gotta like make it
hard.
It can't just be an infographic. It's got to have like insanity involved. And so then I sent it to Boulder Punch, and he was just like, dude, he's like, well, of course you were going to do this. So he's like, of course. And I was like, well, that's the thing is you want to kick the door down. Any chance you get now on the internet to kick the door down and people go like, what the hell is that? That's kind of maybe cool. Maybe I like that. Then that's the thing, right?
It's going to be different, man. I mean, what is normal? It's everyone's own touch on things.
Yeah, and also it inspires other people. Like we saw Renpen, we were talking about her, how she's playing D&D with Johnny, and she's like super talented and entertaining everyone and surprising everyone. Dude, life's full of surprises. You bring people on streams. I try to bring new people on every show and have them talk about whatever and do things, and it's so fun to see the people's creativity, their passion, their abilities. Like people blow your mind all the time, and I absorb it, and I like suck in that like like the evil like person that like suck in your energy, and I'm gonna use it for myself. I'm going to suck all that energy and use it for myself. But that's really how people make it, especially in creativity, right? You like record hip hop and stuff. We're always inspired by other people. You're taking bits and pieces of stuff that kind of influences you, right? And then you kind of
aggregating
it out. You're aggregating it. And people have that thing where they call it imposter syndrome because you're like, oh, I feel like everything I'm doing is just ripping people off. Well, no, what you're doing is you're inspired by stuff. You're like, that works. That's cool. And then you incorporate it. And that's how everybody does it. I mean,
even in music, everyone has copied other people, but ripped it and into their own style, type kind of thing.
Dude, I was looking at a TikTok the other day, and this guy that he goes over like famous samples, and he was doing that for like Dr. Dre, and like Dr. Dre's most of his like epic beats and most famous beats are just full samples from other songs.
R&B. Yeah,
he just adds some drums to it, but like most of the riff and everything on it is just a sample.
It's because that's what he loves, and he just started doing that for people, and they're like, that's dope.
Yeah, but that's what hip hop is. Hip hop is just like you couldn't afford the instruments, and you're just sampling and taking from other places, and you're putting it together and making it your own.
That's kind of what we're doing now, even with video, right? You're editing videos. We can do all this stuff. Like all my videos are found footage. I'm putting Wayne's World in there and shit, and I'm just like, wait a second, it's just a creativity, pure creativity.
Even the idea to do a live stream show like this is not an original. You know what I mean? Like, look at how many people did. You're not the first to think of.
Well, that's the thing is people are on Spaces, and a lot of people I contacted come on here. They're like, are you doing this or Spaces we're doing? I'm like, dude, I did Twitter Spaces for a year, hosting big mega spaces where I bring all these projects in, people get to know each other, big mega spaces, but it wasn't like super shilly like they are, and And then people saw me do that, and they started hiring me. Like, hey, can you work with our project and do all this like stuff to bring people together and get other projects involved? And I was like, for sure, this is cool. And then they had no idea all about this, like the visuals and stuff so much. But I would run the spaces kind of in this tone. But the problem is Twitter Spaces, you're either insanely aggressive or it's really laid back. It's like either completely nuts or it's kind of just really super chill and like slow. YouTube's like a whole thing where we can actually have fun, engage, talk to each other on like it's more like a regular. I like it so much better, and so yeah, I still do Twitter Spaces and stuff, but I host like Golden Baboons Twitter Spaces, all this other stuff. But this is a whole nother level where we get to have more creativity, more fun, and it's more real. Like if you're in a Twitter Space and someone's just shilling a project, you're like, cool, you got a project, big deal, whatever, that's great. But when you can sit down and play a game and do stuff and actually like have fun, it's way different than Twitter Spaces. Twitter Spaces is basically just like getting up on stage and like, here's 5 minutes for you to show your project. And then we kind of just like, whatever.
And there's no face.
And there's no face. I mean, I even yelled at Cher. He didn't come on today, but he usually comes on and he always sends me like his PFP of like his little green, like 8-bit guide to use for like any poster stuff. And I'm like, dude, I want your face. I want your face to be on there and be like, awesome. Be like, yeah, let's go. Like that's what YouTube is about. Like I don't want to put people's little PFPs on there and stuff. You know what I mean? Like people look at that and be like, cringy, weird, whatever. I want it to look cool and feel like a different thing. And I want to be like 2 steps ahead of the trends because sooner or later, people from Twitter are going to start coming more over to the streaming stuff. You know what I mean? Like you guys are like the forebears, 8-bit tennies, diamond hands. We're the forebears of all that stuff. And you see all the time, even like, Classy Games. He said the other day, he's like, dude, I'm not into tokens anymore. I'm just into gaming because Web3 is becoming too much of this and that. And we need to get more like this. And I'm like, exactly. That's what we're all trying to do, is be more like for real about stuff. And I love Classy Games because he's a shoutcaster and he's like, video game dude. And like, that persona would work really well for just being an influencer for Web3, being loud and fun. But he's like, dude, he's like, I don't care about tokens. I don't talk about them. I just want to play the games and be like cool. So that's the direction we got to push in, because at the end of the day, man, like Web3, it's kind of like dividing. It's like people are either going down the track of like all this like scammy influencer stuff where they're just like, hey, let's run big spaces and then we'll turn them into exit liquidity. Or, how do you get away from that? Is you got to be doing something different.
Yeah, you never know people's motives. Everyone's like on the front face, they're like, yeah, it's all about community and whatnot. And on the back end,
I get invited to all those
taking all
private
the
chats.
liquidity.
Alex and all those dudes, all these big time influencers, I get invited to those private chats and people are like, Doug, what should we do? What's your opinion? And I'm like, not what the fuck you're doing. Because they're trying to find a way to monetize their audience so they can make money off them, right? That's all they care about.
A lot of people, they just don't like creating the content. They have some sort of monetary incentive behind everything.
They have nothing. They do nothing but yell at people and act mean towards them and go like, I know the thing. And then they FUD all the other projects trying. And so what happened with Nakamigos blew up huge. All the influencers FUDded it, said it's terrible, like it's the worst thing ever. And then like all these influencers started making knockoff projects to be like the Monkey Migos and stuff to make money off the side and like a duplicate project. Tons of them did it after they FUDded Nakamigos, and they're like, we're just going to make some fun. Everyone jump in and let's make some money. And I'm just like, dude, like that's what they all are. And it's just like, it's all fake. None of them are your friends. They all say, we're going to save Web3. We're going to do it together. You've seen what happened with Benda, Ethan, Bitboy. They're in the DMs and like how terrible people they are. Like, Benda doesn't even pay his child support, but he has like millions of dollars. Like, dude, these are the people that everyone's like believing in. You're going to save Web3, and
defamation.
Anyways, allegedly, whatever.
You have to add the allegedly over.
Allegedly, I'm like
everything
Pat
is
McAfee
allegedly.
Sue me. But my point is that like everyone should make their own opinions and just like be chill and cool with it. Don't run after and chase down people and treat them that they're like extra special or they know they're going to make you $1 million, right? Like. Let's
and I love everyone that talks about community. I truly do.
Yeah.
But if that's the only focus, let me see the technology in your roadmap. How far along are you?
Well, it's because community became a buzzword. Done. Everyone's like community, but it's only because it's like a buzzword. They don't really.
It's a buzzword, exactly. Yeah.
So
every type of scam, MLM or whatever, is always that community.
Yeah. MLM.
Yeah, too.
MLMs right now. But that's
we're changing lives.
We're building a community. You got to bring 10 under you, so they're your community.
Realistically, Web3 is a Ponzi scheme. You have to have more people coming in for it to make sense. But the thing is, with something like Dragon's Crossing, the game already exists. So yeah, you're going to have more players come in, but it's try to be very balanced where the ecosystem can still exist. You don't need to have a flood of crazy amount of players come in and all this like inflation and different things. Because I know when we heard the first town hall, Bloater Punch literally listed all the things that these different projects did, including DeFi Kings, whatever. And he's like, we don't want to do that. There's a better way to do it for the communities, for longevity wise, where it can be consistent. Because otherwise, you're just doing this. You're way up and way down and crashing all over the place. And it's really tough. It's not easy, but that's what we're trying to do. But we've gone through all the things. And I was
that's the biggest issue that most Web3 games are facing. It's a sustainability issue, whether they should have a token or not, and like no one has really figured it out. And so it's like we're in this big experimental phase right now with like what's happening with Web3 games.
I also I'm doing a giveaway, and I already did give away like a summoning shard pretty much, but I'm supposed to be giving away to the commenters, and everyone's left now because we're not playing the game anymore. But that's fine. So that's what happens. They only can stand me for like about an hour and a half, and then they all
they left because this is 2 hours and 40 minutes going on.
Well, we did have to walk you through and hold your hand, Ape It, and like show you the game and do all the things, right? Like
there's still 9 people watching.
There's still look. That's good. But that's the thing is like it's not perfect. What are we gonna? I could just like drink a bunch of soda and scream my head off and get people's attention and keep it like the hype going. Do like even like the Grady style, where like yeah, like that kind of thing. Him and Brown Gent actually are having a stream, so live player people went to go watch that one. Actually, is probably what happened. And he actually mentioned he commented saying me and Brown Gent are saying like good things about you right now, Doug, on our stream, right? So he was giving us shout outs in the comments. So I got to give him some shout outs in his comments too if they're still live. But we'll wrap the show. Renpen's of course still here. Renpen, you can't win anymore. So
much love, homie.
Tier list. Katrino's making his own tier list for skills. Made a general one and one for each class. So he's making his own tier list. All right, that's cool. So I guess I should pick somebody to win a giveaway right now because I said I was going to do one, and I have to make sure that I got at least 15 comments though. That was the rule. Okay, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. But it has to be from individual people. One person can't just do 10, 11. 12, 13, 14. Okay, I did get 15. All right, so how should I give this away now, Renpen? Because you're the only person here. Who's actually still here? If you're still here on the show and you commented on that, please comment in the comments right now. I'll even share the tweet so you can cheat and just do it right now also, because that's how we roll. If you're watching, being on the show is the most important thing of being here. You know what I'm saying? Because we respect the people that stick around and hang out and support.
You should pick a number between 1 and 30, and then the 9 people that are here just.
Okay. Here, let's do the people that are here in the room in the chats. What we're gonna do is we'll do a contest, and we'll say everyone that is here, Henry's here, everyone that's still here in the comments. I want you to tell me what was your favorite part of the show today, okay? And then I'll let you guys, Diamond Hand 8-Bit Tendies, you get to pick who is the person that wins. How about that? So that I'm not the decider. Yeah, the best comment. Okay. These are often I do this with the opposite, where I'll have them comment on you guys, but now you guys get to comment on them. Perfect. Or judge them, right? He liked the Mythic unboxing, Henry. That's Crypto Grady's nephew or son. I think a nephew. Was when Johnny gave Tendies a hero. That was really nice. Actually,
that was awesome.
But Renpen, you can't win. She's not allowed to. She's
dang it, Renpen, you're like a top comment right now too.
She's won every giveaway we have. Okay, the first Mythic hero. I like.
Henry said nephew. I like Henry. I like
Henry's good. Henry's awesome. He is cool. The Mythic unboxing was dope when we saw the Mythic come out. So we got any more comments in there? Get in there. We got 8 people watching. Make a comment in there. And also, Luca, I have to make sure that you commented on the tweet. Did you comment on the tweet, Luca? That's the rules, man. You got to do it.
I like the part when Diamond Hands came on.
I got to get... Henry, did you comment on the tweet? I got to get my second hero. Diamond Hands came on. Wait, let me add one, too. I like the part where 8-Bit Tendies said I was cool. All right, that's
a flex.
This is my flex. This is my personality. That's how I roll. Okay, I got it right at the end. I'll just throw a little jab in there. All right, someone said I was cool. All right, there we go. He did comment. All right, let's go.
This Doug Hype character is in the line for number 1.
Doug Hype's gonna win it. Yeah, could Doug Hype win it? That would be great. Henry, the gaming with Henry. How long has Henry been on Twitter? Let's see. Oh, I'm gonna follow you. I think I'm your first follower, Henry. Oh my god!
I think Henry wins.
Am I your first follower?
Let's give it to Henry. I'm so down.
Henry wins.
I think he wins because
I like Henry.
I'm his first follower. He has a cool little PFP. Oh, he has Fortnite as PFP.
Also, background for people who are just coming in. Henry was actually Crypto Grady's nephew who bought and supported Dragon's Crossing by buying a Genesis hero. And that was an amazing thing for him to come here live. So I think he deserves it. How about
Henry's going to win this Genesis hero, man. This is super dope. We're going to make a tweet about it. I'm his first follower on Twitter, as far as I know. Is
that cool with you, A-Bit?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Henry's got his whole... He's got a cult now started with all these kids playing Dragon's Crossing, playing the Web3 games and stuff. Doc said I vote for him. Oh, Doc's here now. Doc's is the person that won season 1 8-Bit. So if you need Super Alpha, you can go to Doc. He's a smart dude. He won season 1. He had 3 of the top 10 dudes in season 1, right? Doc, before we cut the show off, do you have any alpha or tips for 8-Bit Tendies? Because he just got gifted a hero by Johnny.
Yes, sir. Oh, yeah. It's in my wallet now. I'm looking at it.
Armax says...
Wait. Hold on. So it says register or flip card. So what's flip card? What does that
mean? It means that when you flip the card, it just means you can look at the stats.
Oh, okay. I didn't want to hit anything that was going to do anything just yet.
Right. Flip could mean sell it or some shit, right?
Yeah, exactly. Okay, cool.
Yeah, so register, when you click that, you're going to have to spend 20 USDCE to register it. So you have to swap into when you look at the swap, there'll be USDC dot a little e, and that's the USDC for Arbitrum.
Okay.
And I do it on Sushi Swap. You can even swap it from a different chain at the same time on Sushi Swap. I made a video kind of about it, but you go to Sushi Swap and you can do multi-chain and switch the chain you want to go from to whatever, all that stuff.
Right. Okay.
I love it. So, our Max says he will follow Henry also, but only if he retweets everything Doug posts. Okay. So that's how we set up.
You're gonna need like 72 hours for that.
Oh man, it's been a warm day here. We're rocking and rolling in Americas. I also have my America cup over there that I put my Doritos in. I'm ready to go. Okay. Take your time when playing to decide what stats you'll level up for the whole game. So the easy way to go is to level up your main stat for your guy mage, which is wisdom. And wisdom also helps you dodge. It ups your dodge. And then everybody seems to be upping quickness, because quickness is what lets you flee and get away. And it also does affect some of the skills too. Like it helps boost some of the skills. But you don't put everything in just those two. Put some in other things too, and like we figure that out as we go. I'm not going to use Twitter for myself often, anyways. Well, you have to retweet everything that I do now. So, good times. It's a lot of fun. Tennies, do you have any music you want to play before we go? Like our outro, I guess an outro.
Nah, no music, but if anyone wants to listen to my stuff, you can go on the Gala Music website. I got 3 songs on there right now. I'll probably be dropping something at the end of the month.
Do you have a link directly to your stuff?
Yeah, sure. I'll put it in the
That's awesome.
Here.
Yo, Doug, could I plug in some music? I'll just share my screen.
Yeah, you do it. Share. Yeah, you do it.
Awesome.
Diamond hands.
And if you guys like Web3 content, I got a YouTube channel where I talk about Web3 games. So
yeah, do it. Hey, oh yeah, you know what? Well, I put your guys' links to your Twitter, but I didn't put your YouTubes on the links below. I should add that too. Duh.
I could throw it on there.
I'm gonna put it in the description.
YouTube.com/8bit10ds.
There it is. I'm gonna add it into there right now.
10ds.
It's important to have all these links because that's how we all grow and do it. So good times.
Soon I have Doug on there playing some Superior with me, co-op.
Yeah, no problem.
And I'll bring you on the show. You can talk about Dragon's Crossing. Show me how to play. Show the audience.
Diamond Hands, I got to put your YouTube up on there too. You have one too, right? Yeah.
Yes, sir. Diamond Hands 369. I got on the blocks content. I got ETH Denver content.
There it is. Why am I not subscribed to you, bro? Oh, and I got a dope intro music too. Your ETH Denver. Oh yeah, your ETH Denver content. Very cool.
Yes, sir. I'm gonna drop our video soon. I was actually thinking about that today. I think it's about time.
Oh yeah, our video we did together at ETH Denver.
Yeah. We we like found each other at ETH Denver and interviewed each other.
Yeah. I don't even remember what we said, but I'm sure it was great.
Oh, it
Interview
was awesome.
Inception.
I literally just was going around ETH Denver and tapping people on the shoulder and be like, "Hey, we're gonna go live right now," and they're like, "What? Who are you? What's happening?" And I'm like, "Hit record," and I would just do a whole promo with the person, and it's better that way. It's way better because it's like you don't think, you just start talking like you're having a conversation, you have fun. But if you're like, "Oh, I got to do this in the video," then you just like, then it's just wrecked. It's just done for, you know. So it's good times. It's a lot of fun. Yeah, so we'll play some stuff. I just added that stuff to the thing. Oh, here we go.
Awesome. So this is me at the studio. I had an awesome sesh, made a little music video snippet out of it. It's a little behind the scene thing. So let me know if you guys like it. I'm gonna play it.
Nice.
Yeah, go for it, dude.
Blew my mind.
What do you say in a world where it's all fake and play? Distractions at every turn, each and every way. Kids don't even play outside these days. Disrupted magnetic fields lost in the days. We just love to fade the whole day away. On the way, we thought we lived such a great place. Some people no longer show their face. Concealed to a prison on their own day to day. 100 miles an hour, I'm going real fast. Just hit 220, I'm taking back the track. Made it cause I was just focused on the rags. Can only change the present and not the past. Now my type blues never even gonna last. Partying 100 miles up first class. Yeah, I'm back. Yeah, I'm back.
Hey, nice, man.
Nice, dude.
That's
cool.
it. I hope you guys liked it.
Is that like in somebody else's place, or is that your spot, that recording area?
He's my designated studio guy. He's been with me for a while, so it's his spot. Yeah.
That's cool.
That's your engineer. You know
Yes,
what
sir.
this is right here. That's my booth right
That's the
there.
There you
booth?
go. I was gonna say that's the tennies booth.
Yeah.
Sick, man. One day I'll be in there. Watch. One day.
Dude, yeah, seriously. But that's the thing is, like, my whole career started out as in real life stuff, in real life events and stuff mostly, and meeting people. And that's what we need more of in Web3. People actually knowing each other, finding bros and friends and stuff. You know what I mean? I always preach, everything's about long-term relationships, meeting people, having good stuff, because over the long term, you want things to be good, not just this up and down of like crazy crashing and booming in Web3. That's where it's just like, you realize in those areas, none of those people are actually friends. They all pretend. They're like, it's like they do gaslighting. None of them actually care about anybody. So we need to have more cool stuff. So this has been like super, super cool. I'm going to, I'll play the outro on the way out and everything. I really appreciate everyone showing up. Henry's going to win. Congrats. I'm going to say congrats to Henry, the winner.
Congratulations, Henry.
Yes, Henry.
Super cool. We got all the engagement going. We got lots of comments on my tweet. It got tons of views. Like, let me actually tell you what it actually got. Let's see. Let me look at my my little tweet here and see how many impressions we got with that tweet. So it got 4,132 impressions. That's not bad at all. It's pretty good.
That's great. Yeah.
So that's the kind of stuff that can happen with just a little bit of elbow grease. So when everybody just adds a little bit, you know what I'm saying? So super, super cool. Thanks, guys, for coming on the show. Do you have any parting words for our audience?
Oh, man, thank you for having me on, man. I'll come on anytime you need me. And, I agree with you, man.
Now it's like a challenge. I'm going to stream all day and night. Okay.
Well, I just need to, man, we just need to connect, collab, and,
No, I really appreciate that, man.
Build a community.
It's amazing when I have people like you guys come on. Like, it's just amazing that people take the time out to do it. So I really appreciate it. Diamond Hands, what is your too legit to quit quote as we go out now?
Oh man, all I gotta say is that go hard or go home, give it your all, stay passionate, guys, and I appreciate everyone for coming here. It was great meeting you and talking to you, 8-Bit. It was great, as always, talking to you, Doug, and until the next show, man.
Awesome. We'll see you guys later.
You are watching Hype TV, the Metaverse Access channel.
Let me bring you up to speed.
I'm Doug Hype. I'm Aaron Rodgers' guru.
No way. Wait.
No, Dougie, you rock.
Some of the top games in the space.
The game is like, it seems to only have positives. Everybody seems to really like it.
I never played Dungeons and Dragons.
There is evil here.
But hey, I'm addicted. I've got 15 heroes now.
Amazing. He's got something up his sleeve.
I learned that I'm kind of an esports geek now. Classy Games, you did fucking phenomenal.
You don't get these opportunities often to be able to just have some of the best players in a game.
Like, that's just how you do it.
This is Web3 right here, baby. Let's go.
Don't forget to watch out for chunkers. Let's go.
Baby, I'm pumped for Dragon's Crossing.
Awesome, guys. Thanks so much. We'll see you soon. Let's go.